Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Here we are. My name is Preston Jacobs. I am broadcasting from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. I'm joined once again, by the Carmine Henderson, broadcasting
This is true.
from where are we? Where are you again? Uh, uh,
Somewhere.
Somewhere. So tonight I wanted to talk about the AI scandal with regards to the A Feast for Crows Illustrated Edition. Um, you guys may have heard a lot about it. Um, there's been updates. There's been a lot of updates. Carmine has been on the pulse of this, um, talking to actual artists, actual people involved. You talked to the artist a little bit, right, Carmine?
No, I tried getting him. I messaged him privately. He never got back to me. I don't know if
Okay.
he was told not to talk to me. And but I am in conversation with someone who works at Random Penguin
Yeah.
House. I am in conversation with several artists, professional ones, some who worked on previous illustrated editions, and
Yeah.
some who have worked for Penguin Random House before.
So I would say right now, besides the people that are at Penguin Random House and the actual artists themselves, I am going to say that Carmine knows more about this issue than any person on the planet. He has studied it. He has looked at the
What?
pictures. He has talked to people. He has talked to people in the industry. Um, and has the most information here. So I am
I wouldn't go that far, but sure. I've done
yes,
more. I've done more research and more due diligence on this than the average ice and fire YouTuber who
yes.
just looked at the picture and said "ill," and that's it.
Now, so on a back and in a background, the on November 3rd, you said, or was it November 7th? November 3rd. When was it the illustrated edition
I believe
released?
the Feast for Crows Illustrated Edition was released on the third. Usually, the
Okay.
illustrated versions are always released on the 3rd of November. Oh,
And
I'm
this
sorry, the
is
fourth,
this
4th of
is
November.
the roughly the 20th anniversary of Feast for Crows being released. They released the illustrated edition. There's been three other illustrated editions for the three previous books. People were pretty happy with them. And then this one comes out, and uh, the pictures immediately, when fans hit it, shocked them in their quality and their inaccuracy to what's going on in the text, um, and thus there was a big discussion of whether or not this was AI. And there's an analysis of these pictures to determine whether they are AI. The scandal made it back to um, the publisher and the manager of the project, Rhea Golden, who posted a response to this, where she said that she claimed that to their knowing, AI was not part of this, and they asked the illustrator, uh, who denied using AI, and she believed him. Later, she edited her message to remove the "and we believe him" statement from that, which is a pretty, that is one of the more shocking things, is the actual editing um, of the post. Let me see if I can find you sent me the before and after, um, but I'm seeing if I here it is. Let me show this, yeah, because this is pretty big. Um, so this is on the Nada blog, and she went here and said, to our knowledge, and as presented by the artist who completed the work in question, there was no such programming used. While he is a digital multimedia artist and relies on digital programming to complete his work, he has expressed unequivocally that no AI was used, and we believe him. This was later edited to he has he has expressed unequivocally that no AI was used. She went in and edited this to remove the "and we believe him" aspect
Before
of
you
it.
continue on this, I want to share some information in regards to Rhea Golden. Rhea Golden has worked for George R. Martin for about 14 years. She has worked on previous illustrated versions before. Clearly, she dropped the ball on this one by her own admission because all of it goes through her. And we will go through some of these pictures tonight. If this all went through her, then either she's never read George's stuff or she was not as involved as she says she is. One of the two.
Yeah.
So
now let's look at a couple of these pictures, because I think if you haven't seen these pictures yet, they're pretty shocking. And now for a regular like Ice and Fire fan, you know, on our level, like, and people watching, I'm talking all of our level, like, you got to understand that we're completely insane, and we're going to notice super insane things. But I would say there's some things in here that are so overt that it's really difficult to understand how this got passed. You know, so as an example, like, I can kind of understand, like, let's start with this picture here. And I can kind of understand why this one would get passed. Okay. This is Jamie fighting Ilan Payne, right? And it's not exactly how I would have thought Ilan Payne would look. I thought he would look more like a corpse. Jamie, he's supposed to have short hair and more of a beard. But those are a little off. But you can, for the most part, you see a guy fighting, and you know, there's nothing too off about it. When I look at the buildings in the background, I do wonder why these lines aren't straight. I don't know if they're, I mean, when I took basic art classes, you know, they always have to do those lines to vanishing points and shit like that. And I don't know if is there some other style where you no longer use parallel lines anymore? Because look at that. I mean, that's a crooked tower. But, you know, something like this, I can almost see getting by. You know, it's a little stylistic, you know, but at least it's a fairly dynamic picture. Okay. That one's not so bad. But
that was Jamie fighting Stannis. Season 1 Jamie fighting Stannis, or
Season 1 Jamie fighting Stannis. But yeah. But you know, it's a Feast for Crows. So the only person he fights in a Feast for Crows is going to be Ilan Payne. So it's got to be Ilan Payne, right? You know.
Sure. By the way, the fact that he has pauldrons, keep that in mind, and he has blue clothing, keep that in mind too.
Sure. But like, taking this picture by itself, I don't know if I would have, like, if the red flags are up, right?
No, this is fine. There are some that are fine.
Yeah. Picture 2. All right. Victarion. Now, instantly, I'm just like, well, one, it's weird that he has this yellow cloak. That's just not how I would have thought of Victarion. But he's got two swords. I mean, Victarion very clearly has an axe. His helmet, strangely enough, is somewhat accurate. You know, because he has the Kraken helmet which is not mentioned very much. It's mentioned once that he's got this Kraken helmet with like arms coming down. So it's really strange that the helmet is actually somewhat accurate, but he has two swords. I don't know why they would give Victarion two swords. He very clearly in all of his fights is with a battle axe.
Because, well, first off, one of my criticisms was in almost every single picture of Ice and Fire art that you've ever seen, the characters from noble houses always have their sigil on them in some shape or form. Yeah. Right. And clearly, you know, the Greyjoy Kraken is on his helm, so he did good here. And I don't think there's much AI involved in this one. However, what I think happened is he thought, okay, Greyjoy, they're kind of swashbuckling pirates. I can't give him a gun, give him swords. That's what I'm assuming here. Because he got the helm correctly. That is the sigil represented on the outfit somehow. There it is. But this is also fine. It's just, it's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. This one has a little more, more action. So, Maribald, Brienne, Dog. I don't know where Podrick is. And if he's back there, who the fuck is this old man? So it's but the first thing I'm just like, where the fuck's Pod? Like why is Pod not in this photo? Um, or why isn't Heil Hunt? Because they meet Maribald after Heil Sir Heil joins them, right? So is that supposed to be Sir Heil back there? Why is he an old man? So there's like
I'm
this.
assuming the thing here is that Podrick and Heil Hunt is behind these two. That's why we can't see them. Like they're walking behind.
Who's this guy? Who this is? What is this? You know, like why add these two people in the picture? Um, but again, you're commenting on the blueness, on the lack of sigils. It's like this one, you know, it's a little weird that Pod and Sir Heil are not in it, and this guy in the back. But again, nothing too bad.
What's funny is Brienne in that picture is fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay with Brienne in that picture. There's another picture of Brienne where she kind of looks like Brock Lesnar,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, I know what you're
wrestling
saying.
superstar Brock Lesnar. But this one is also again fine. I don't see anything immediately wrong with it, other than the overuse of the color fucking blue.
Yeah, I mean, no oranges. That's true. Brienne's too hot. That is true. I mean, well, in the show, Brienne's far too hot. I mean, Gwendolyn Christie is 100 times more beautiful than Brienne. Um, this one of Arya, I there's some shadows that are a little weird in this one, but for the most part, I can't
Her eyes are
find.
crooked.
What's that?
Her
Yeah.
eyes are crooked. If you zoom in, her eyes are
Oh,
crooked.
really?
Zoom in a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
You see
I see what
it?
you're saying. And this, I mean, the shadows are a little weird, but because I'm trying to see here. Let's see. Right, because like you're getting a ship shadow going here to the right, but then these ones are going here to the left. This house thing is
The
going.
cat's legs are also a little messed up.
You know, but it's not bad. It's cockles, clams, and oysters. This is all a cat of the canals, kind of. She says there's cats around. That one's okay. Um, it's certainly not egregious. I think people focus on the egregious ones. This is the drown. This is the drown. Aaron baptizing someone.
Yes, I believe so.
Um, not exactly how I would have thought of the baptism, because usually it's like struggling them to keep them down. And then I guess maybe if like after he passes out, he lets them float for a second, he could pull them back up. I mean, it's a little weird, but it's not the worst. But it kind of reminds me of the Nevermind um, album
Nirvana
cover,
album. Mm-hmm.
right? Um, um, Let me see this again. Trying to think of the Nevermind album.
I wouldn't put it up here if I were you.
Oh, because of the penis, the
Uh
baby
huh.
penis.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
about
Don't.
how
I
about I
wouldn't
do
do it.
the how about I do the Weird Al album cover?
Is his cock out?
No.
I guess that's fine.
So the weird, like, it does. They are reminiscent. Yeah. No, no, no. Kind of funny. Um. In fact, I think there's a. Is this Ryan Locke? Here, this is someone recreating it, but he's kind of in the same. But it's very common for artists to take pictures and then recreate them as like when I was a child. Like, I used to notice, like, in my Marvel comics, like, because they would come out in similar months, like after Playboy magazine would put out something, like a few months later, I would see a superhero in the same position. Usually the female superhero was in the same position. I'd be like, huh, that's so weird. Um,
These last few that you've shown, they have not been bad. They've actually
No,
been
no.
pretty like
That's the thing
okay.
is I think people when they heard the story that that people show the egregious ones first and they don't show like the full portfolio because also you got to remember Raya Golden is going to be looking at the whole portfolio. And so it's not, she's not going to be taking one photo or one picture. She's going to be looking at the whole portfolio. And so like when you see these like first ones that are okay, then all of this, the other ones like maybe don't stick out as much. So this is supposed to be Hota and Obara Sand.
Obara Sand, you mean Michael Jackson?
Yeah, she does look like Michael Jackson here.
A little bit. Look
Oh
at
my
that. Come
god,
on.
with the one strand of hair in
Uh-huh.
front of her. Oh
Super
man.
pale. Yeah.
Yeah. But Hota very clearly is supposed to have white hair. I don't, and Obara is supposed to be a tomboy and a tunic. Her having the sexy armor is um, out of character, but I don't know. I mean, everybody they like to sexy everything up for these fantasy photos, so I don't know. But
Do the whole thing like just have the whole picture in frame if you don't
sorry,
mind. Because what he did to Obara is he gave her sexy fantasy girl in video
yeah,
game armor. And
absolutely.
Ariel Hota has generic fantasy video game axe.
He does have generic fantasy video game acts.
And motherfuckers in blue. Everybody's in blue.
Everybody's in
Pauldron's blue,
blue.
everybody's in blue.
Yeah.
So this is
This one I would say is pretty bad in the sense that like you can just go on the wiki and it'll give you a description of Ariel Hota. It's very clear that he has a shock of white hair. I mean that's what he looks like. Obara is described in detail that she's wearing like a tunic. Her whole personality is that she's this rough tomboy fighter. But here she's got some sexy. Um, and then is this still supposed to be Ares?
yes, he the artist Jeffrey McDonald, he said this is the Mad King specifically. Professional artist and person who was on one of the previous illustrated editions, Ertach Altanos, you know him very well because his Winds of Winter cover is the dragon glass spear that we all
Yeah.
use for all of the
Mm-hmm.
thumbnails. He highlighted several things wrong with this on his Twitter, and I think Jeffrey used two different versions of this picture, which again, attached on his Twitter, he
Wow.
highlighted what's wrong. But yeah, this is he's supposed to be the Mad King,
Okay.
also in blue,
So
infamous Targaryen colors of blue.
right, that's the thing is, I mean, he's an old man, but nothing makes me think he's a Targaryen. Um, and there's a lot of a lot of melty swords and stuff, and I guess. But what do you remember any of the other weird bad things about this?
Other than that, there's just in order for you to like to really see it, because I think he did like a very good analysis of it on his Twitter. Other than like the swords just being wrong and all that stuff, it's just it's just wrong. Like you would have to go into like super crazy detail, like zoom in super much. Again, this one is not that bad.
Yeah.
Ironically, somewhat of a more accurate Iron Throne than a lot of the Iron Thrones we've seen. More accurate in the
Mm-hmm.
show. At least there's
Yeah.
like 1,000 swords here, I'm sure. But this is just like a
But
gobble
it almost
gobble
reminds me of House of the Dragon
mush.
though,
A
because
little
of
bit,
like the
yeah.
meltiness of it, you know.
He has the
Um,
pauldrons as well.
yeah.
Everyone has pauldrons.
Um, let me throw on. Oh, this is this one. Okay, and then this one you're on. Now again, the lack of sigil is kind of weird, but um, he's at least a one-eyed pirate. But these are all supposed to be captains, like screaming for him or something at the King's Moot. It's
I
just
didn't think of
not.
them as captains. They look more like angry village people.
They do. Um, so I don't like all these background faces. They don't look great. But and then I was looking at his shoulder pads, like his shoulder thing. It's like three leather things that start fairly out, but this one starts immediately after the collar, and there's one, two, three, and this like he's got his strap for his something or other, and then it's one, two, three after that. So it's a little they're a little off here, um, but he's pretty generic. Um, Not what I expected from Euron, but again, probably passable, right? You know, you're
Sure.
looking at the portfolio, and
Go back to that one real quick if you don't mind,
sure,
because no Naga's ribs,
no Nuggets
um,
ribs, yeah.
no sigils anywhere. Like if you zoom in on some of the characters in the background, like it just looks like they weren't given. There's no almost no detail there, and yeah, it's yeah. I don't even know what that symbol is on that he's wearing. Is that a necklace? Is that part of his outfit? I have no idea what that is. The pauldron is missing like one little like
There
armor
are just very a
piece.
lot of odd choices. Like, why did he put everyone in helms on the left side, but over here everyone is a peasant on the right side?
Hmm.
Like, what's going on?
And the reason I thought they were peasants is because no one has any swords or actually any steel weapons. It's all just like wooden pikes.
Right, and then there's some spears showing up in the background.
Hmm.
Um, what is this building? Is this a church? What is this? Why are there all these people around it? I don't know what's going on. Um, okay, then the famous. Now we're getting a few bad ones. This is like why during a wedding Lannister, Lannister Baratheon wedding when Lannister is crimson color and Baratheon is yellow color, would the king be wearing blue? Like where like this is the one place you'd want to show your heraldry, right? At a wedding.
Hmm.
And it is Marjorie, Tom, and wedding, and they're in the sept, and there's no faith of the seven stars. Um, it's very very odd. This one also like the columns, are they getting wider as they go up? Like are things not straight?
This is why I believe. This is why I firmly believe like the background I think was done by AI. Like you could argue that his drawings are just dog shit.
Yeah,
Though I believe the backgrounds are AI, and I think the coloring might have also been done by AI because everything is blue. Everything has like the same shade. There's like
right.
no really
Like, why is she
major
wearing
defining
armor?
thing.
What?
Because sometimes when you put in fantasy prompt into like an AI generator,
Yeah,
they immediately think like armor on everything. So you see, she has like the forearm guards. I don't know the
yeah.
technical term for them, pauldrons, all that stuff.
So
Like
this one is a
this
little
is.
more this one I is gives me a lot more AI feel.
Hmm.
Just because like why would she be wearing armor? And where are the Faith of the Seven um, symbols? And where's the heraldry? The that's a really weird one. I don't even know what this one is. Is this Dragonstone? Why and what does Dragonstone have to do with the Feast for Crows? Because they sent off Loris there.
I actually have no idea what this is. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't know what this or is it Skagos? The Sam passes it in the storm. I don't know. That's a weird one. Um, here's the one that's been making the rounds because this is a pretty egregious. So here, Tywin, no heraldry, dressed up has not dressed up with long hair, even though he's famously bald. Has a crown for some reason. Jamie doesn't have the beard, has the long hair. She seems they don't seem to have any tension. Of course, Jamie and Cersei famously are at each other's throats during during a feast for crows, constantly fighting. Here they don't seem to be fighting at all. And then people point out the necklace. The necklace comes from the left side and then comes up and then ends at her collarbone. And I've looked at this image pretty detailed. It does just end at the collarbone. Like it does not go any further. So the necklace is all screwed up on this. Some people, and then there's this extra line near the shoulder of something. And I don't know what this extra metal thing is on her shoulder. Some people are saying that the shoulder looks like it's dislocated, but when I zoom in, it doesn't really look that bad. But I noticed there's this odd extra strand of metal, and the necklace does just completely disappear. So
Jamie's not in his Kingsguard attire.
Yeah, Jamie's not in Kingsguard attire. Doesn't have the beard. So it's just, this one has a lot of problems, this picture. And this is, I think, the most egregious one yet. This is ridiculous. Like, Sansa has red hair. I mean, I think this is the worst. I mean, I know people are like, oh, you're so focused on the Sweet Robin story. But like, she doesn't have red hair in the entire book. Like it's a fundamental part of the Sansa story is that she is incognito as Elaine. That is a really, really important aspect to the story. She's not Sansa. She doesn't have red hair there when she's with Sweet Robin. That he doesn't know who she is. I mean, like if I had something, so Carmine, let's say I wrote a story that was set in between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, and I included Han Solo in it. Do you think like you'd think that would be a pretty big fuck up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he in carbonite? If not, then yeah, pretty big fuck up.
Right. Like that's a fundamental part of the plot. Like fundamentally, like when I say like, oh, Jamie doesn't have his beard and it's short hair, whatever, like, okay, that's some cosmetic stuff, like some minor cosmetic stuff. But this is fundamental that she has dyed her hair. Like the story does not work. Like if I ran the same story again and Jamie like has his like doesn't have his beard. Yeah, Cersei makes some comments that she doesn't like him with the beard and stuff, but it's unimportant that he's shaved, that he's has a beard or shaved clean. It's unimportant. Like the story can still function. The story cannot function with her having red hair. You know, she looks like Lysa. She looks like his mom if she has red hair. Like the whole thing fucking falls apart. So, and also like I don't know why she's all dressed in like this kind of warrior's outfit, but
the bracers on her forearms and the pauldrons again.
Yeah. Does she have?
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding, because when you do go on an AI generator and you put like woman fantasy setting, like sometimes it will put armor on them.
Yeah.
So, and again, to what we said at the very beginning of this, Rhea Golden, she's been George's art director since around the time he released A Dance with Dragons. You're going to tell me you looked at this and you okay this?
So, Sweet Robin has spice eyes for some reason in this picture. Did you notice this?
Spice eyes from Dune?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Aren't those spice eyes?
It's not as egregious as the Call of Duty zombie eyes from Lady Stoneheart later if you get to it, but
I guess, but man, that I think is that's just the worst one. Let me see here. Hold on.
That's honestly, by the way, that picture of Sweet Robin is possibly the best Sweet Robin picture I think I've ever seen, where he's not like throwing a tantrum, where he doesn't have like a runny nose or he's like crying or anything.
He like looks so like majestic and shit.
Yeah. Homie looks handsome as fuck. Like that is like the perfect picture of a young prince, King of the Vale. There it is. Like that is.
He reminds me a lot of the actor. you know,
Mm.
um, Dino, uh, who is,
Dino, Brazilian kid, who knows?
I think he's
But
Italian.
Sansa in that but Sansa in that picture, she kind of does look like her. She looks her age because
Yeah,
usually a
no,
lot of
no.
pictures.
I don't think I don't think she looks bad.
Mm,
Like that's actually her looking that age, but like she should have black hair.
yeah,
Like that's very very important. Um, and then I guess this is Arya coming into Bravos, purple sails. I don't think there's anything too egregious about this picture, in my opinion. I mean,
the one
there's a
thing you
lot
and
of
I
people.
went back and forth on is in the actual book, which you can see on Amazon as an example. In the actual book, it's black and
Mm,
white, and then the colored pictures come later. Um, this is why I think it was color with AI. The AI thought that was an actual woman on the ship right there, instead of it being like just a piece.
interesting.
So it colored it as such, like an actual woman on like the front of the
Do you
ship.
think that all of the coloring, like the original everything was originally a black and white sketch?
So I've commissioned, and you know this for a fact, I've
Yeah.
commissioned a lot of pieces of art in my life, a lot.
Yeah.
And one of the things that whenever you commission a piece of art from a professional artist, they will ask you, okay, what do you want? Or do you want it in color? Because the standard price would be like 30, $50 for a black and white picture. If you want color, that's extra. If Penguin Random House, and we know this for a fact, well, I mean, I do now, if Penguin Random House had very little resources attached to this, it's entirely possible they hired Jeffrey McDonald to just give us black and white sketches, and they have some intern do like the coloring with AI later. That makes a lot of sense to me. Not oh, by the way, again, when you commission an artist and you want like your original character or whatever,
Yeah.
they'll say to you, okay, all right, standard is black and white. Do you want color? Do you want a background? Do you want extra characters in there? It's going to be extra. So I think if they were going to be as insultingly low as possible on the price, they would have him do it in black and white and have some intern come in and color everything else and do like the background with AI. That's my theory,
Yeah.
at least.
Because there's a lot of fucking color problems. Like we'd say that the color problems are probably the big thing. The lack of sigils, the color problems. Um, right? Because Hota's hair, Sansa's hair, everyone lacking the heraldry and stuff. Um,
The drawings are go back to Brock Lesnar for a minute. The drawings like are quite clearly from someone who had never read the books and probably
yeah.
only watched the show. Because this right here, like those legs, that's a little like look at her look at the leg on the left. That one's coming off a little bit, almost as her leg
Mm,
is broken. See that?
yeah, I do.
And this does not look like the Brienne we saw earlier.
No, no. I mean, it's odd because it's like the same artist to the same character. There's some consistency between the two Jamies. Like his hand actually looks
Mm-hmm.
really similar. So it's like this mystery. So okay, Maggie the Frog. I don't know where Malaria is, but Malaria Heatherspoon is supposed to be there. But
Malaria is off screen getting her blue robes.
that's
Been
fine.
very shortage of blue robes.
Um, I guess this is it's fine. There's nothing.
Someone
This
said someone said they don't know if the artist watches the show. He does. I went through his Instagram. He has a drawn picture of Jamie, Cersei, and Tyrion from season 8,
yeah,
back from 2019. So he does watch the show. This is here, the Blackfish. I thought this one was pretty decent as well.
it's got a sigil. He actually has a fucking fish.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this one, but he could have taken any other like sketch, the previous sketch he had, and just like popped it is just a guy on a horse. So it's like it's so it's a guy on a horse, and they added a fish.
This is
Could
the
have been
most
any.
accurate, this is the most badass, like, picture of the Blackfish I think I've ever seen from any artist. Like, he just made the Blackfish look like the guy,
Yeah,
the main character of the story.
it's a good horse. It's a solid horse too.
I don't see any major issues.
This one's a good picture.
Wait, go back down. Is that a lily? Is that a
Yeah,
French lily? Uh,
Here in the front.
yeah, whatever. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
on the horse, whatever.
um, and then we got. Oh yeah, here we have a Dorn Martell. Is that supposed to be Ariane?
That's supposed to be somebody. His hands. My God.
No, because he's got the he's supposed to have hands like that.
I know, but like, I'm surprised he got the hands correctly.
I
Like,
know,
my
right?
man, good shit.
Right. No, this Doran Martell one is okay. I mean, he might be missing a finger, but
Honestly, I'm amazed that motherfucker's not wearing blue. But she kind of is. Like, look at look at her. Like, okay, come on. Now, this is what I'm talking about them using AI coloring. You see what I'm saying? Like, her
right.
dress is
It's
kind of
like it's
blue.
like okay. This is what's funny. Okay, Obara Sand is dressed as the fucking sexy warrior princess, right? Obara Sand is dressed in this fuck me outfit, and Ariane Martel is dressed in this goddamn Septa outfit. Like what the like they have that backwards, right? Like Ariane should be dressed sexy as anything, and Obara should be the one that's like more covered up. But somehow, I mean, I understand you're like, oh, Preston, do you like Michael Jackson here? But like, like Obara looks 10 times sexier than Ariane, which is like completely not right. But they did give him the gout, though he seems to be missing a finger. Unless the idea is that a thumb is hidden somewhere. I don't know. It's a little weird. But you got your Sivas pieces. It's not except for the fingers and Ariane being all fucked up. But the Doran is okay. It's I don't know. Ugh. That's Tyene?
Generic fantasy lady who has also like the steel bracers on her forearms, and you could kind of tell she has some pauldrons maybe under there.
It's just that like Tyene Sand, I mean, he wouldn't be in front of his Sivas board if it were Tyene. I understand that like it makes more sense to be Tyene, but um he shouldn't be in front of his Sivas board. The brickwork at the top near the windows just stops being carved halfway through. Like where? His
Under
windows
the windows,
over here?
immediately under the
Oh,
window,
like
like it stops being brick.
the lower windows?
No, the top windows.
The top windows.
Yeah, it stops being brick. It's just smooth on the left and then brick on the
Oh
right.
yeah. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see. So the cob like the cob he found one brick this size, one brick this size, one brick this size, and then he found like this massive brick, like a really long brick. And then he like just slopped it in. It's
Like I
weird.
said, I firmly
You think that
believe
maybe the
that
background.
he did a black and white of these characters, or some of them.
Mm,
Like I think the main characters in he did a black and white of, and then it was up to Penguin Random House to come in and not only color but add other characters as well.
yeah.
That's what I think happened. That's what I
Um
firmly believe happened.
all right, getting to this egregious one. Rob's crown completely off. That's
Zoom in
been
on her
covered.
eyes. Those are. I know you've never played the video game Call of Duty, but Call of Duty every now and then has the zombie mode, and the zombies, their eyes glow. This is Call of Duty Zombie Eye Glow. And I mean, he got some of the details here correctly, like the marks in her chin, or
Right,
not her
with
chin, her
because she
cheeks.
scrapes her cheeks, yeah.
Right. And then, but if you scroll down a bit, go down a bit more. Yeah, Rob's crown,
Rob's crown is
like,
horrible. That's just
Rob's
like
crown literally is a description in the books that you can look up. And
right.
yeah,
They like very specific. Also, like, is this a? I don't know what this is. Some sort of ring or whatever on her finger, but or maybe it's a cut. But yeah, Rob's crown is specifically given in a description. It's hard to fuck that up. It's kind of important, but
the
several
thing about
times.
that cut, though, by the way, go back up.
Yeah.
the thing about that cut on her finger, like you could argue, and I could see an artist doing this. You could argue that she grips the crown so tightly that she cuts herself on there. But we all know Rob's crown is not gold. That is the literal
Oh
description of his
yeah, I
crown.
mean it's tiny little iron swords going all the way
In
around.
fact, do you mind if I send you something that I just did right now as we were speaking about Rob's crown?
Sure.
And you can like, so I took a description of Rob's crown from the books. I have them on PDF, and I put it into an AI like website
Yeah.
to drum up, and this is what it came up with. So if you just download the picture and put it up for the audience to see how easy this could have been, because some laziness here is going
Right.
down.
And this was yeah. So you could argue
So
that like AI would have done a better job. Like like
AI is
maybe
still
it's
fucked
not
up
AI because
because,
AI wouldn't have fucked up this badly.
well, here's the thing. The AI image got fucked up because it's supposed to have like 9 long swords
Yeah.
around the crown. Clearly more than 9 in that picture, and they're not swords.
Yeah.
But it did a better job than whatever the fuck that is. It's laziness.
Yeah. Here's Cersei getting grabbed by um the septas. Um I don't think there's anything too inaccurate here. It's just it doesn't it's just not a very inspired picture. Just everybody just kind of why is everybody's just with their mouth open. But I don't think there's anything too inaccurate about it, but I don't really like this picture very much.
I can tell it's AI on this one because her eye is a little fucked up there.
Yeah.
Got the necklace right this time though,
Yeah, it's true.
and she's actually wearing red.
That's true. This one is weird because okay, so I think this is supposed to be Marwyn and Sam. Um but no
No
maester
chains.
chains,
Uh
no
huh.
maester robes, and is I don't know if this is supposed to be the glass candle on the left, but that's a weird glass candle. Um in the fact that it has like a regular flame. But yeah, where are the chains and things like that? So it's just
Generic mage's apprentice with his master reading a book.
yeah, the fingers are a little odd under here. If you look, they look kind of short fingers. But
Again, I gotta say, this artist, quote unquote artist, he made Sam look like a fucking boss. This is a motherfucker right here who's running a crew out of North Jersey.
but here
My
here
man here with the
this is what's
gabagool.
odd. These look like two different artistic styles. For like Sam looks hyper real, while Marwyn looks like a dwarf character in in something. Like he
Mm-hmm.
it seems like it's taken artistic styles from two different places and plopped them in the same picture. These don't
Remember what I
seem
told you.
these
Remember
don't
what I
seem
told
consistent.
you.
Yeah.
Whenever you commission an artist, they'll ask you, all right, I'll give you this one character, and an extra character costs extra.
Yeah.
And I think this is what happened here. He drew Sam, and then I guess the AI generated random mage guy.
Sam's straight up not holding the book. It's true that book is very heavy and it's very just like it's like lightly on his like fingers, just lightly on his fingers. The
I'm telling you, dude.
bookshelves are. I also don't know what's going on with these bookshelves because they're not straight and they're just like random lines. Like
Mm-hmm.
like there's like an extra random bookshelf up here and like heading off in an odd direction. Like I think you're right that I totally think these backgrounds are AI.
Someone said Marwyn looks like a Street Fighter character. Yes,
Yeah,
I think
that's
so
that.
too.
Yeah, it's
Like,
cartoonish. He's cartoonish, while Sam
he
is
kind of also
realistic.
looks like the Blackfish that we just saw.
Also, what's
Kind of,
going
just
on
a
with these
little bit.
window panes? Just like random lines. Who would light a candle up there? That's just an odd place for a candle. Like these don't make any. This doesn't make any sense.
You know what? I think you're right. That is the glass candle. I think he actually made it an actual
An actual
like candle.
candle,
Yeah.
but no maester chains. This one I'm saying there's a lot of AI on. I don't like this one at all. And
Again, let me
then
remind the audience. This is very important. Rhea Golden, George R. R. Martin's art director. Her job for the last 14 years has been to look at pictures and approve them. Approve this shit.
Yeah.
And
All
this
the
doesn't even
windows.
look like Sam. Like,
This is perhaps my least favorite of all of them. I mean, besides like Sans having the wrong color hair, but like their faces look AI and that they're overly smooth. She's in a completely different artistic style. The setting is just wrong. It's supposed to be. So this is Sam punching Darian in the face, and that's Darian's wife for the night. Um, and they're supposed to be in the common room. And yes, he rips off her cloak and throws it at Sam, and then Sam like tackles him, and they be punching each other on the ground. But like, this looks like he's walked into their bedroom in the morning, and she's like, "Ah, I'm naked." Like he's, and then this is the famous crucifix thing over here. And in an explanation, he said, because right, it was on Twitter, he responded to somebody else, and he said that this was supposed to be a sconce. Um, but on the other window, there's a sconce, but it's a completely different sconce. Like, why would anyone have a sconce like this with two candles, and then this one maybe would be like a one candle sconce, and they're not at the same level. It's just the whole thing is off. This is perhaps the worst picture of them all. It's just weird, freaking weird. Darian looks like Gaston in
Beauty
Beauty
and the
and the
Beast.
Beast.
Mm-hmm. Damn, he did Sam dirty. This last
Yeah,
picture,
considering
Sam.
how well he did in the original.
Sam looked like a fucking mob boss in the last one. Here, holy shit, he did him
Um,
dirty.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, so that's there might be more, but we had about 21 of them to look at. So overall, my whole thing here, looking into that, I think I agree with you that he definitely did AI backgrounds and then decided to put in people. I think he did a good job on some of the pictures and then did a poor job on others, which means he was probably running out of time. And you said that
Mm-hmm.
they'd given a very short deadline and very little money.
So they gave him. Someone on Blue Sky said that they know about the situation, that the Penguin Random House went up to previous artists they've worked with and gave them a very short deadline and very little money. All those artists declined. Then they found this guy who barely has any work under his belt, and he agreed. And I asked the employee about this, like, were the resources allocated to this project low? Or was the time low? They said yes.
Yeah.
So I didn't just take some random guy's word for it. I made sure to check with that. Um, and yeah, I mean, this looks like the other artists I spoke to. They firmly believe as well that he panicked, and he used AI to finish a lot of the pieces.
Yeah. So there's a lot of fault to go around. I think that they shouldn't have lowballed everybody. They should have just put out a regular. They should have paid artists well enough to pull in a good quality artists. I think they probably needed a longer timeline on things. Um, I think they probably didn't have very good review process. That very basic things got passed up. I mean, who knows what happened with the coloring? All the coloring seems off and like so bad that maybe it wasn't even the artist. Maybe something else happened. The artist claimed that the sconces looked weird because of file compression,
Hmm.
which is a very weird answer.
Okay,
Um,
then release the original.
yeah, release the original. So there's this is the thing is like when you try to save money and give somebody a short deadline, you're going to get low quality and yeah, no, we got it's there's there's definitely AI elements in it, like definitely, absolutely. Um, and beyond that, it's just bad. It's just bad art. Like there's most of the scenes aren't that interesting. There's no dynamic shots. Everything is kind of very sterilely framed at eye level and things like that. So, um, but
Before you move
man,
on from this topic, I think it's important to point out that George R. R. Martin, the reason he probably hasn't spoken on this before, on this yet, is because he has been busy over an Icelandic con.
yeah, I
So
mean, who knows if he's going to? I mean, I don't know if he's going to, but
he's
um,
probably letting Rhea Golden handle this. So I think the best thing, possibly the best thing he could do is just maybe not. I want to say it's not say anything, but I would like him to denounce AI and art and like briefly talk about
right.
the lawsuit.
Yeah, I mean, AI are like all like when are we gonna stop with the shit? Like AI is just like it's trash. Like something like the only thing that people get with AI is this feeling of like, oh man, in a few years. And it's just, but it's right now, it's still trash. AI writing is trash. AI art is trash. I understand that some people use AI. They're like, make me an itinerary for my vacation to Nice, and it'll pop something out like that. Or some people are like, oh, I'm a teacher, write me a review for a child who's good in reading but needs some work with math. It can do that. It can do stuff for very repetitive, like mind numbing stuff. But when we're talking about creative art, like creative outlets, it's just bad. It just isn't good. um what's amazing is because I'm thinking about like AI and CGI. Still, like we all hate CGI. Every time we see a movie and we see CGI, we're just like, ah, God, it doesn't impress us. But we love practical effects. Like we know it. We know. I know people are like, oh, we can't tell, and it's going to change the world, and it's just, it's going to do a lot of deep fakes, and it's going to cause a lot of trouble. But no one is going to be buying AI movies. No one's going to be buying AI music. No one's going to be out buying AI writing. So, um, oh, what have you read from George Orwell? I've read Homage to Catalonia. I've read Animal Farm. I've read 1984. I think that's it. I think those three. Trying to think if there's another one I might have read. I'm surprised I've read that much. I'm like, oh, that's like three. That's three books. I've read three books from George Orwell. Um, but just finished Burmese Days. Great read. Yeah, I actually found I liked Homage to Catalonia a bit in the sense that it was, nonfiction and described a very interesting time in history. Essentially, it became really hip for people to go off and join the Spanish Civil War as foreigners and start fighting. The only thing, like, similarly, like people started doing that in like northern Syria. Like a lot of foreigners started joining the army there and started fighting and stuff like that. I've seen some people. I've heard about people going to Ukraine and stuff, but that's it. I guess he only has 9 books. Burmese Days is his first one. Clergyman's Daughter, Keep the Aspidistra Flying, Coming Up for Air, Animal Farm 1984, Down and Out in Paris and London, The Road to Wigan Pier, Homage to Catalonia. So, yeah. Um, Two tinfoil rolls for you. How do you feel about Varys being Sarah Blackfire? Um, to ever notice Volantis and Voluncar are similar? Any significance? Huh. So on the first one, let's see. Well, first off, like we don't know if her name is actually like Sarah Blackfire. When we hear about Sarah, right? Um, that's just the name of Illyrio's um, that's just the name of Illyrio's love, right? And he has his whole story. There was a Sarah Targaryen, so some people think, oh, if it's a Targaryen name, maybe there would be a Sarah Blackfire, or maybe her actual name was Blackfire. Um, so I mean, it's a bit of begging the question, like we're assuming that Sarah that Illyrio is a Blackfire supporter and the whole thing is Blackfire and Sarah's a Blackfire and that Varys is actually Sarah, um, which man, I would say that no, taking it first like seriously, no, like Illyrio clearly thinks that Varys is Varys, and when he says like Varys is his old friend, he means like like Arya spies on them in private. So Illyrio and Varys are being real, and he says he treats him like a friend. He does not treat him like a lover. Um, as they're talking uh, beneath the Red Keep. Um, so I would say there's a 0% chance that Varys is Sarah, because Illyrio in private is talking to him as a comrade. Um, so no, that's not it. But ever noticed Volantis and Valonqar are similar? I guess I had not, but I don't know if there's much significance to that. Um, Volan. I wonder, because they then talk about like Volan Ferries and stuff like that. Voloncar, the younger brother. Voloncar, like Volan. Did George really think about these random sounds that he's putting together for Volantis? Huh. Voloncar. I'm trying to think of like if there's anything it could be like similar to. When did Voloncar even enter the story? Is that purely Feast for Crows kind of stuff? Voloncar. The Voloncar. Right, that just comes in and that's all Feast for Crows stuff. Volantis has been at least named for a while. Um, I don't think. I think it's just a coincidence that they start with Volantis. There's I'm trying to think of like it just sounds foreign. Volantis, Volancar, Volan. I don't know. Just a coincidence. I can't think of any reason for that. I'm trying to I'm trying to think like Volancar is supposed to mean younger brother, right? And Volantis is what, the first daughter? Could there be something like that in High Valyrian? Is Volan supposed to be like child of some sort, and then Volantis would be? But does Volantis mean first daughter, or is it just like that's a nickname? The first daughter. The first daughter. I mean, if you're making the High Valyrian um, uh, dictionary, maybe you can try to like make that connection, you know, of uh, of that. Let's see here.
Before you move on from this,
Sure.
super chat, if you look up Illyrio's wife Sarah on the
Mhm.
wiki, oh my god, dude, they did it again with her. The picture of her is so dog. It's AI.
Oh
It's so
no.
bad. It's so bad. If you look it up real quick, it is so bad. You click on it and you scroll down and you'll see generated by Linda Attens. Like it's so bad.
Oof. Yeah. Well, so Carmine and I are supposed to have a discussion with Elio pretty soon, and we're going to talk about like AI and stuff like that because yeah, this is Elio's made the statement that like, look, when I don't have a picture and no one's drawn a picture in 20 years, I'll generate one. Um, and I get it. I understand that he doesn't want to like. He could probably put out a picture call like saying like, hey everybody, like we need these pictures on Westeros.org, and he'd probably get it. But I understand that he just doesn't want to like seem like he's begging for that kind of stuff, and like I get it, but at the same time, I just don't like the look of AI art. So yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. Ironically, the Archon of Tyrosh has a brother who's referred to as Greenbeard. Any chance that Greenbeard equals Greenbeard? Now, yeah. Now, in the very first Daenerys chapter, we hear about the brother of the Archon of Tyrosh. I think they say specifically the man with the green beard is brother to the Archon of Tyrash, and the man behind him is Ser Jorah Mormont. Um, yeah, I mean, could they be the same person? I don't know. There's only so many colors that the Tyrashi color their beards. So one of the things that I had a theory years ago that the green beard was left over from the Tyrashi sellsword company that just disappears in a Game of Thrones. Um, in a Game of Thrones, Robb Stark, um, there's a Tyrashi sellsword company working for the Lannisters who just like switch sides and join Robb Stark's army, and then it's mentioned once, and then it just disappears as something like and later on, I wasn't the only one, but I think a fan at a con had asked George, like, "Hi, is the Greenbeard a member of the Tyrashi army?" Like, I wasn't the only one that like had made that connection. And George said, "I totally forgot about the Tyrashi Sellsword Company, but that makes sense. Sure, why not?" Was essentially like his answer to it. Like that was not something he had intended, but I guess it makes sense because of that. But that's about it. Um, but yeah, you know, I don't. There was. Did George intend any of it? No. He said the Tyrashi, yeah, this is in Tyrion 9 of Game of Thrones. The Tyrashi sellsword company, who had his free riders, struck his banners and went over to the foe. Of course, what happened to the rest of them? Like, why is Greenbeard alone? I mean, we hear about a couple. I think we hear about a couple more um, Tyrashi in Arya, like being part of the Brotherhood without banners with Arya. But still, there should be an entire sellsword company. I mean, 100. Like, what's the smallest sellsword company? Like, even the Brave Companions Even though we only hear about a certain number of characters, the Brave Companions, are still like you'd think are still at minimum 50 people. But like, so where are these other 50 Tairashi sellswords? Even if it's a 20-man sellsword company, where are the other 19 guys? Um, so yeah, the chances of them being the same. I mean, the brother are kind of Tyrosh is going to be super rich. Why is he going in the middle of why is he going in the middle of this war? It's what would be his reasoning to live impoverished as this as a member of the Brotherhood Without Banners? Um, would you, Carmine, and Trey do a Song of Ice and Fire Best Fighter tournament video? I've seen it done poorly by other content creators. Would love to see your version. Carmine, what do you think about this?
Other content creators doing something poorly? No.
I mean, you think he's talking about like having brackets, like who would win this fighter against this fighter? Like we have to make a list of like the best fighters, and then go down and
the
and
supposed best fighters.
I mean, isn't the best fighter? I mean, in the show, it was very clear that the best fighter was that Night's Watchman that beat up Jon Snow.
Clubfoot Carl?
Clubfoot Carl. In the show, the best fighter in the world is Clubfoot Carl.
Okay.
Because Jon Snow is like an incredible fighter that defeats everybody, and Clubfoot Carl was better than Jon Snow. So Clubfoot Carl is like the best.
Clubfoot Carl was better than Jon Snow in close quarters combat, where like it was very hard to swing a large sword around. Sure, but clearly the best fighter I think was Arthur Dayne with the two sword style.
Oh, that's true. I mean, no one else.
Or really Oberyn Martell with the spear, because you ain't shit against the spear.
Well, that's the thing, is everything's these little exceptions. Like, oh, well, in this situation, and then they let their arrogance get away from them and stuff like that. Like when somebody's surprised, like we never saw Areo Hotah fight, so, or we didn't see him like fight fairly. They stabbed him in the back. So like, could it be Areo Hotah had he not been stabbed in the back? But I think we would probably do a similar kind of situation with the fighters. There's also like the question of like, do you put like Jon Snow or Hulk Jon Snow? Because Hulk Jon Snow is also like a very different character than Jon Snow. Like Hulk Jon Snow can defeat Iron Emmett, but like regular Jon Snow could never defeat Iron Emmett. So like that would be two different characters. But yeah, we got to work on
young Robert Baratheon versus like Jon Snow. That would be an interesting fight. Like there would be interesting fights all around of who could kick whose ass. But it's one of those things where no matter what we pick, what we do, the fandom's always going to be like super upset at the choices.
No, I mean, I think the only thing we could do is like, in the same sense as like Clubfoot Carl, like you'd make it funny. Like you'd figure out something on like why this person would beat the other person. Like if it's
Ramsay in here.
Ramsay, I mean, like you'd probably have like, Larrick the Lash and the Red Lamb and all these other like random fighters. Like who's Larrick the Lash versus Brienne, and you're like, oh, I don't know. I mean, Larrick the Lash has got that whip. She's not expecting that kind of stuff,
Well, we might have to do two videos or two sections in one video.
It's true. Like, wasn't Biter? Didn't we find out that Biter is a better fighter than Brienne? Like Brienne, like Biter was going to kill Brienne if he wasn't stabbed in the back of the head. So, in a sense, Biter is like the best fighter in Westeros. We got to do this at some point. We got to do it now. Our do a 64 man bracket, bring it down to,
64.
do you think, or do you think 32-man bracket? 32-man bracket,
Probably
bring,
32.
bring it down to the winner. I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. What eye did Euron lose? I tried to look that up. I couldn't figure out which one Euron had lost. If it was his right or his left. No, it's his left eye. His left eye has the his left eye is lost. So what's the picture got? Did he get that right? They got it right in the picture. It's his left eye. Just like Lisa Left Eye Lopez. She also wears the condom over her left eye, or she did before she died. Jesus, how long ago did Lisa Left Eye Lopez die? Oh man, she died 2002. Oh my god, she died so long ago. Hello,
Hey,
Trey. How are you?
good. How about you? How about
You
you?
heard about our potential 32-man bracket to try to determine the best fighter in Westeros. Is it
I
Biter?
saw this. I saw this for a second. I'm interested. This is an interesting question. Who's the best fighter in Westeros?
Yeah. Yes. But yeah, we did all our AI. We went over the AI pictures very briefly. They're pretty bad. Um, and then that's about it. And can you believe Left Eye? See, you're way too young to know about Left Eye Lopez, but um, it's been 20. It's been 23 years since Lisa Left Eye Lopez died, which is
Who's Left Eye Lopez? What is this?
okay. So in the 90s, um, in the 90s, we kind of get this like idea that like rock music was all grungy and depressing, but at the same time, hip hop music was very loud and colorful. And so we got TLC. So TLC, which of course, Tender Love and Care, but also TLC stood for the three members of this trio: T-Boz, uh, Left Eye, and Chili. And they had such songs that you may know as like "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls" and uh, "Scrub." I don't need no scrub. Stuff like that.
Hmm.
90s was great. It was a great decade. It's too bad you don't remember it. But
I don't remember. I wasn't alive.
artistically, the 90s was the pinnacle of society. The pinnacle of at least like political music, art, all reached their peak in the 90s. Like the Matrix is completely correct when he's like, this was the year 1999. This is the peak of your society. This was all true. All true. Okay. It was a time of hope. It was pre 9/11, pre AI, pre Trump. Like democracy was blooming everywhere in the world. It was an
Pre-war
incredible
war on
time.
terror.
Yeah, and TLC was here with they normally wore really baggy shirts. Ain't too proud to beg was like one of their hits. Um, yeah. So Lisa Left Eye Lopez was the rapper of the group. In case you
Oh,
don't know. So you know how like in every K-pop group they have a rapper member. That's completely all based on the fact that like Lisa Left Eye Lopez was the rapper of the group, So she wore a condom over her left eye. It was a big, um, that was she was an inspiration.
the style of the times.
Oh yeah, very colorful, and they were very like they were very sex positive. Like all their songs were about how much they got laid. They were just like it was great. It was a great time. But then I think she like she was a bit crazy and burned her house down and died in a fire. I think
Oh
something like
gosh.
that. Let me let me look this up again. Poor Lisa Left Eye Lopez. Um,
It
let's
said she
see.
died in 2002.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see. I thought roughly 2 weeks
Left Eye
after.
Lopez sounds like that's a George R. Martin character right there. That's got some
I know.
alliteration right.
Did she? Did she just die of a drug overdose? I thought she died in a fire. It said she
Let's
was
see.
reported missing 2 weeks. Lopez was a passenger in a traffic accident that resulted in the death of a 10-year-old boy.
Oh my gosh.
Uh,
Swerved into hitting at several trees, throwing Lopez and 3 others out the windows.
she died in a
Died
car
instantly,
accident.
fracture of the base of the cranium. So she
Yeah,
only person fatally injured.
yeah. So,
Oh, she was not wearing a seatbelt. Oh. Oh my gosh, the collision was recorded on video from inside the vehicle because a documentary was in progress. Oh my gosh.
mm, mm, mm.
Oh, is she from Georgia?
I think all TLC was from Georgia. Yeah,
Yeah, she was buried in Lithonia, Georgia, which is not that far from me. That's not far. Yeah, it isn't far. That's Gwinnett County. Yeah. Ah.
yeah, yeah. They were from Atlanta. Um, mm, mm. Good
Hmm.
times, good times.
Who did you say was the best fighter in Westeros? Is it like present
Well,
story who's alive, or is
well,
it
we'll have to
is
figure it
it
out,
like
but I'm
any
thinking
time?
that Biter might be the best fighter
Oh, okay.
because Biter was clearly better than Brienne, and
Oh yeah.
Brienne is
Yeah.
like pretty fucking good. So it might be Biter.
Hmm.
Car might have some different opinions.
I'll have
Um,
to
Not
think
lighter
about
at
it.
all. Like not
Strongbor,
not even.
Strongbor. Who else? Because
we
there's
don't
like
have,
I
the
think
thing
there's
is
something
you can pick someone like Strongbor, but we don't have any evidence of it.
you don't have data.
Right, there's no data. Because you actually need a fight, that
Yeah.
where something goes on, and we can determine, who's a good fighter. Because Jamie was talking about how like Brienne is really really good,
Mm.
and he was wondering if like she might even beat him if he wasn't injured, and then Biter defeats Brienne, so Biter might be the best
Oh.
fighter. Um, you know.
I gotta see that. Is Brienne distracted in the biter encounter where he just like tackles her like?
Okay, well, fair enough that she just finished fighting Rorg, so she's going to be really tired. And yeah, she was not really expecting him to jump on her. Um, but then again, you could argue, oh well, but Gendry fucking kills fucking kills Biter, so maybe Gendry is the best fighter in Westeros.
Indri's the best fighter. That's a good question. That's an interesting. I've heard people do this before, where they do the power scaling.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've heard, I think somebody asked George too, and he was like, because this is the thing where people like always say, what's that guy's name? Arthur Dane. Like
Yeah,
everybody chooses Arthur Dane, and it's like, did he just have a really good sword? Like, was he just cheating? You know?
right. Right, and then like, what can this sword do? Why is this sword give some people an advantage, so much of an advantage? Like, what's so great about the fucking
Yeah.
sword? Um, so the execution of by AI is terrible, but the artist knew nothing about the books. That's obvious, nor did he care.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's bad
But here's the
regard
thing
like, I
though,
was telling
and
Carmine
this
this,
is
it's bad
this is
regardless.
the point I made
Awful.
in my video. It doesn't matter if the artist knew nothing. It matters if the art director knew nothing. And quite clearly she knew nothing. Quite clearly. So she let all of this go by, all of it.
Yeah, yeah. Um, So I was
You're gonna
saying
be
that the
sure about
worst, most egregious thing in it, Trey, was Sansa having red hair um,
Ooh,
in A Feast for Crows, because that's just like it's part of the
the
plot,
whole point.
right? Like Tywin being bald, Tywin not being bald is a fairly incidental thing. Like if Tywin has hair, doesn't really change the story that much. I mean, he had hair in the show, didn't change the story that much. You know, Jamie not having a beard, you know, someone using a Victorian using a battle axe or using two swords instead of a battle axe. These are all things that are wrong, but they're not
Mm.
necessarily relevant. Um, Sansa having red hair completely breaks the story. Like you can't like the story does not function with her having red hair. So that was my argument that makes it the
Mm.
most egregious one. But Carmine was saying that maybe the original pictures were black and white and someone colorized them, which is why like so many are blue. But
Gosh, the blue on in
actually,
Tommen's wedding and
Trey,
stuff. That Tommen's wedding looks like shit. Oh my gosh. Like they
Trey,
gave
did
Marjorie like
you?
pauldrons.
yeah,
Gosh.
Right. Trey, did
but
you've commissioned art before, right?
Yeah, yeah, I've commissioned art tons of times. Yeah.
So have I. And whenever you commission art, back me up on this because you've seen the art I've commissioned as well. Whenever you
mm,
commission art, usually you have a menu the artist will give you, and with the menu you'll see like the basic standard is black and white, and then if you want color, it's extra. If you want a background, that's extra. If you want extra like characters involved, that's extra, right? So my whole thing is
Yeah.
that quite clearly it's possible they just like did the black and white and then Penguin Random House came in and colored everything and added the background. Because I mean, look at this.
Uh,
I mean, like, come on. Some intern watched Game of Thrones and color.
It, I don't know. I don't know. It looks all AI to me, even the backgrounds. Like it looks like they were somebody just phoning it in. God, this is. I'm looking at Preston's stream right now. This because I there's some stuff that I just didn't see yet. It's very ugly. Oh my gosh. The one that kind of sticks out to me the most is the Arya Hota one, where it's just like generic like Asian fantasy, man, like kind of like
right.
Chinese
Asian
fantasy.
fantasy man with axe and Michael Jackson. Mhm.
Because I commissioned art. I tried to commission art of the Roman Emperor Elagabalus, was a very obscure, relatively obscure Roman emperor with no art, and I
Yeah.
asked like three different artists to do commissions for it, and I paid each one of them, and each one was like the first one I just found out the artist just couldn't draw, and then the second one I found out the artist couldn't do historical artwork, like they could only do Chinese fantasy inspired stuff, like all the clothing looks Chinese, and I gave them references, I gave them clothing and statues to base it off of, and everything, and they just couldn't, and it just looked
Yeah.
like generic fantasy slop, and I was hoping for, Roman history, like something that's accurate, that's based on my references, and they just didn't take it. And eventually I found an artist that I know and like can do historical artwork. Some people just can't do it. Some people
No,
just like default to generic
it's
fantasy.
funny because when I did my book cover, the you know you deal with artists and a good I mean artists are usually kind of honest. They're like, look, this is what I
Mm,
specialize in. Like you saw my portfolio. This is what I specialize in. And I was like, oh, can you add like I was like, can you add a title? And he's like, look, I don't do titles. Like I'm not good at that. And so I want to show
mm,
you what I'm actually talking about is that he admitted he wasn't good at titles. So this is his try. He's like, I'll give it a shot, but I'm no good.
mm.
And so this was the book's cover with the title. He admitted he's just like, I'm not good. And so he's like, this is what I can do for you. And I'm like, okay, that's horrible. And so, you know, I went back and like, you know, I redid the book cover, you know, so it looks like that, right?
Mm.
And you can see like just the you know the difference, like. But he admitted like he's an incredible artist, like all the other things and everything. But there's like artists have their strengths and their weaknesses, and they're very honest about those things. And you know, what if your weakness is you haven't read A Feast for Crows and you're
You're
like,
not actually a fan of the source, but yeah, exactly, because you can tell that yes, like these are simple things. Like they would know.
but
Tommen would not
there
wear
was an
blue.
oversight process to that, right? You were like, this is what I
Yeah.
need, and then you went and you found problems. Like every process is going to find problems. I wonder what problems Maya Golden did find that she rejected, and what ones got passed
if
through.
any at all.
Yeah, right. Because like
By the
any
way, Preston, real
process.
quick,
Yeah.
before you continue on, there are two pictures from the illustration that I did not give you. I
Okay.
couldn't find them, but now I did. The first I sent one to you on Facebook. This one is Cersei sitting right next to the Iron Throne.
Oh
I'm trying to
right.
find the
Yeah.
other one
Yeah.
as we
Yeah. I know
speak.
the one with the leg issue.
Mm-hmm.
Is one of these? I'm looking at the streamer. Is one of these supposed to be the silence with this like woman on the figurehead?
No, that
No,
is
that's just
Arya.
Arya on the way to Bravos at the beginning of A Feast for
Oh,
Crows, like
okay.
on the ship. That's
Mm-hmm.
all. It's
Kind
just
of
a
old to
random
be
Bravosi ship.
Arya.
Yeah.
Oh. This Brienne one with like a is this Brienne with like a bro cut? Like a
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
This is the one,
Brienne
Jay.
with
This is the one you're talking about, Carmine. This one. Yeah, where she has kind
yeah.
of one leg. She kind of looks elven. Like there's something with the hair that makes it seem like she's like elven.
yeah.
Again with the fucking blue. Again with the fucking
I
blue.
love the
I
blue.
don't know. I don't know what's up with
I
the
think
blue
it's
in
the
this.
AI. I think the AI favors blue. Like it's taking generic fantasy,
Mhm.
and generic fantasy goes blue more than anything.
That's true.
Blue,
I'm trying to find the
gray
Arya one,
armor.
but she's walking alongside a faceless man, and it's quite clear the faceless man, the AI modeled the faceless man after the assassins from Assassin's Creed, and you know for a fact that like Trey, have you played Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, yeah, I know Assassin's Creed. Yeah.
I'm trying to find it, but I can't seem to find it
Oh my
anywhere. I'll send it to you, but when
god.
I get it, but
I'm
it's
looking
quite
through.
clear. Like someone put a prompt into the AI of young girl walking next to assassin, and because the AI goes across the internet to look up assassins, of course they're going to stumble on characters from Assassin's Creed, and they all have like the hood. I'm trying to find it for you, so give me a sec. Someone in my Discord can
Dang.
post it in Preston's fan club. That'd be great, but I'm trying to find it.
Have Carmine, have they admitted anything yet, or are they still doing the
No,
denial
Well,
stuff
they
where
haven't
they're
they're
admitted
doing the
anything, but
denial.
they did edit saying they removed the "and we believe him," which I think that is the most telling thing.
damning?
Like that
Yeah,
they
yeah.
definitely think that it's AI too. I mean, why
Oh wow.
would you change that? You know.
Yeah, because
But
I have friends that don't care about A Song of Ice and Fire messaging me about this, because they know I do, and they're like, this broke out of like art the fandom of it, and it's like normies are hearing about this, so it's bad.
Normies are hearing about it.
Yeah,
Oh, there's
yeah,
two
yeah.
more. There's two more. I'm sorry. So these are the ones that I could not find. This is this is gonna piss off Preston. I know that for a fact. Here instead of separating these, Preston, just put the two on here. Here we go.
wait, you're sending me this on
So
the
this
messenger.
is give it a minute. It's loading. It's a beefy file. So on the left, you're gonna see is Arya and I believe Jaqen. I think that's Arya. I don't know who the fuck this could be. I'm assuming it is. Oh, no, this also might be a Kingsguard. I don't know. See,
Okay,
if we
let
had
me
the
see
book, we could
here.
actually tell.
I mean,
See,
if I
that's
were to
bad
really
too if
guess
you
what
can't
this,
tell.
okay, these two. Um, I mean, is that supposed to be Ariane and Ares Oakheart?
Maybe
I get
in
well,
the
clearly
Shadow
on the left,
City.
on the right is the Eerie, which
That's the
okay. I
Erie.
hope that's the Eerie. I'm
I thought that
hoping.
was the Shadow Tower or something.
There's no story happens in the Shadow Tower though. You've gotta. So yeah, it's got to be the Erie. You see some people crossing this bridge down here, so it's probably supposed to represent Sansa and Sweet Robin coming down the mountain. But it lacks all of the things that we know about the Erie and like the giant's lance and like the stations of snow and stone and all of that. We just have this one bridge, and then
I like the implication with the one on the left being Ariane because they made her light skinned and white now, I guess.
but
Right?
again, she
Like,
also has the shoulder, like the shoulder things. Like, why are
The
people
pauldrons
so concerned
and the
about their
bracers.
shoulders?
Because and Trey, you weren't here for this. I was explaining to Preston when you go into the AI prompt and you put in like fantasy as the setting, the AI will sometimes think like, okay, fantasy setting, got it. So robes, bracers, pauldrons, boom, there you go. Everybody has like a little
yeah,
like
leather, belts.
leather
I
for
mean,
for the
it's
sword.
like your guy. It's like their vital organs are in their shoulders. Like like of all the fucking places to protect yourself, like why would you be, caring about your shoulders?
Yeah, the
I'm
fact
gonna
that we're
show Trey what I'm
struggling
talking
so
about.
hard to understand what some of these are is really tells the point that like, yeah, what is this? Is this Arya?
Zoom
Is
in
this
on that. Zoom in on
Ariane?
that more, Preston, on the left, because I thought
Yeah,
initially this
who is
was
this?
Arya and Jaqen walking next to her, but I guess it could also be
Why would Jaqen be
Kingsguard.
walking next to? I mean, why would Arya be walking next to Jaqen?
Why would Cersei and Jaime be next to each other at Tyrone's funeral where he has a crown? Like, I don't know why is Sansa with
Yeah,
red hair wearing pauldrons.
I mean, there's no Jaqen.
maybe
There's no
that's a really
Jaqen in.
bad Ariso cart. Like
There's no
that
Jaqen in
the
the Feast
why
for
is he wearing
Crows.
green? You know? He loves
Well, here's the
green.
thing. Does
Kingsguard
the
unknown.
artist know that?
I mean, there's Jaqen in Old Town with Pate, but like, there's no Jaqen. It's not like the show where there's a Jaqen instead of a
Right,
kind
but
of.
again, does the artist know that? Because quite clearly he's a fan of Game of Thrones in the show, and Jaqen appears in the show. So therefore, he probably thinks if this is Arya, which maybe it might be, he probably is like adding the faceless men there, and it's Jaqen. That's what I'm saying because
Somebody's
he's
saying
seen
this
the
is Danny
show.
and Essos? No, that's not
No,
Danny.
I think
No,
this is Ariane and Aerys Oakheart. She's got
That's so
boobs.
bad.
She's got boobs. She can't be Arya.
But the AI doesn't know that. The AI is just like, girl, of like I don't know what age she is. Like it
also, what you're
sucks.
failing to realize here about Arya is in the last two pictures of Arya, her on the ship and her with the oyster clams and cockles looks vastly different. She
He
looks
was.
vastly
Yeah.
different in both.
That's true.
She
So
looks
this, you're
older.
probably
She
right.
they made Arya look like older in on the ship thing that I saw.
Hmm.
Let's see.
So
Like
this
she
could, you're
looks more
right. This
like
would probably
late
be
teens.
in Dorne with Ariane and Aerys Oak, but still like Trey. You see what I'm talking about the Assassin's Creed thing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, like that is totally like Assassin's Creed cowl hood thing going on. Um, yeah.
Why are all
But
these
I
people
just
like?
straight
Why
up
does
don't
everyone
know.
have to have these like wrist things? Like,
The
why is
bracers,
what's that?
the bracers. That's what they call it, the
Yeah,
bracers.
why is everyone wearing
It's
bracers?
it's
Fantasy setting.
it's slop.
Are
It's
they
'cause
doing
it's
archery? Like, what are they doing that requires such heavy protection of their hands and wrists?
see, what's happening is that it's taking all the slop of, like, 20 years. It's taking, like, History Channel's Vikings and, what's that Pompeii movie with Jon Snow in it, and all these, like, gladiator things and
She has it
merging them
too,
all
right?
together. Chinese light novels of fantasy, like, it's merging it all. Like, this is what AI does. It makes it just, like, slop, all, like, the
I'm
most
just saying,
common attributes that are spread across things.
if I'm gonna wear some armor, okay, I'm protecting my fucking stomach over my goddamn shoulders. Okay, that's like
Trey, I was telling Preston how it's like
vital
sexy woman
organs.
craft armor.
Vital
It's
organs.
it's sexy video game woman armor. That's basically what it
Yeah, it
is.
makes no
Like,
s yeah.
Oh god damn it.
This is Skyrim, like not even Skyrim,
hmm
this is, like, what's a Witcher armor, like, it's just
Yeah.
nonsense, it's nonsense.
to be
You're
fair,
right,
Witcher
why is she
armor is
wearing
supposed to be
pauldrons
sexy as
but not,
fuck.
like, arm gauntlets or anything like that? Like
There's an
and then yeah, and
unquantified
then Arya Hota is Chinese, didn't expect to be Chinese. Like, it's fine.
there
Um,
there's an unquantified uncanny valley AI slop. I think that's why everyone feels so weird about them. It
mm,
also feels like we're being gaslit. Yes, I mean all of the new AI is like gaslights us because people are because now there's these tests and everybody gets it like 50% wrong. They're like, is this AI? Is this could they am I the crazy one? Is it possible? It's amazing how often we can like second guess ourselves. Like we all know it's fucking AI. Fucking Marjorie with a goddamn pauldron. Like, why is everyone protecting their shoulder? All
The scale between them is really weird too. Like it's like they don't belong next to each other.
When these pictures first came out, I messaged Preston immediately because I couldn't fathom that someone behind the scenes working with George let these pass. So I thought I was being gaslit. I'm like, Preston, I know it's been a while since I read Feast, but does Marjorie wear blue during? Does Tom and Marjorie wear blue during their wedding? Does Tywin have hair in the books? I thought I was being gaslit because I swear that's not the case. But I'm like, maybe I was wrong. So I hit up Preston and he goes, no. No, I don't know what you're looking at, but no, none of that is no.
That's
all the women in
better. Like,
80s
that's at least I
80s
can.
hair. I okay. Cause
Yeah.
now who's the
The Brienne one is crazy.
no,
Brock
because
Lesnar?
like
Brock Lesnar.
Rocky, no, not
Dolph,
even
what's his name? The I will break you. That guy.
yeah, yeah.
Dolph
But what's
Lundgren.
funny is the woman in that also has his haircut. What's her face? The oh, well, I guess it's not. I guess she
You mean Dolph Lundgren, Trey?
Yeah. She kind of
no,
looks like
but
Dolph Lundgren.
Ludmilla, the she also kind of has the short hair in that movie, but I guess it's not so. It's actually just here it is, you know.
It sucks. It sucks that somebody got paid for
In
this.
Rocky
Like,
Four, she kind of
oh my
has that
gosh.
same
Oh,
hairstyle.
Stallone's wife.
Well, it's Brock's. It's Dolph Lundgren's wife.
In the movie, but she's
Oh,
Stallone's wife
really?
in real life.
I think they were. Did they, yeah? I guess they date. Did they marry?
Yeah,
Bridget
briefly.
Nielsen.
Mm-hmm.
That's so funny. I always find it weird when like different characters get together and like in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Like Harrison Ford is supposed to be getting with the woman, but in fact Steven Spielberg's getting with her, you know, like Kate there was this show 30 something where it stars two couples, but in fact like two other characters were actually married in real life. So it's like when you see all the scenes together, you're like, that's so weird. Oh, you're right. Wow. Bridget Nielsen's been married a fuck. Holy shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 marriages. Wow.
Jeez.
Last one stuck.
I know, 5 kids. Well, I think she just didn't bother getting. Oh, I guess she was with
Preston. Did you see Epic Movie by any chance?
I don't think I saw Epic Movie. Is
Okay.
that the? Is
Me
that
and
the,
some friends watched it recently, and we found out that like 2 of the cast members got married. They met on the set and got married from Epic Movie, and like they have no chemistry on screen. They don't interact at all, and we're just like, what? And they're still married to this day. They're married for 20 years or something like that.
I always think it's
Like,
funny
wow.
when
Epic
like yeah
Movie?
when people meet on these these random meetings. There's a movie called Earth Girls Are Easy, and Earth Girls Are Easy was a bomb movie. It was for a while. There's this comedian named Julie Brown, and she has this movie called Earth Girls Are Easy, and it stars Jeff Goldblum and as like furry aliens, and in it Damon Wayans and Jim Carrey are cast as like side characters. But because Damon Wayans and Jim Carrey were in this movie together, they became friends. And so when they did In Living Color, like Damon Wayans is like, oh my God, you got to get my boy Jim Carrey. Like he's hilarious. And then they put him on the show and like Jim Carrey blows up and becomes this like massively important guy. But it wouldn't have happened if it weren't for Earth Girls Are Easy, which is just this random fucking movie, you know? or Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn were in a movie called Overboard, and they've been married now for fucking 40 years. And Overboard is a piece of shit movie, horrible and problematic. But like, man, it's just so weird. Some of the stuff. I mean, I guess Ryan Reynolds got like Green Lantern is where he met his wife, right?
Oh.
Blake Lively.
Tom
they're
and
both
Marcella actors dated?
Who? Which one? Tom and Marcella?
The Tom and Marcella actors apparently dated?
That's gross. They're like, we played brother
That's
and
weird.
sister. Which one?
They
The first one or
broke
the
up and
second?
deleted their social media posts about the romance. Oh, okay.
Oh.
You talking about Dean Charles Chapman and Tiger Nell, whatever her name is?
Yeah.
I know all these fucking actors' name. Jesus Christ.
What's she gone on to? Let's see what she does now.
He went on
Dean
to
Charles
Bad
Chapman.
Jedi.
I just saw him in something. I saw him in like some medieval movie with the fucking kid from who played Aegon and House of the Dragon. Fuck, what's the name of that movie? Chalamet's in it.
How did they ever? And
Those
they
are
must
my
have met at
dreams.
like they must have met at a cast party or something because they shared 0 scenes together. You know, like
What if it was the child, the before the recast of Tom, and it's like we're getting mixing him up. It's like the child Tom, and really shared a lot of screen. Because okay, did Marcella get recast as well?
Marcella
wasn't
was
just-
recast. Yeah.
Oh, this kid's got to be kicking themselves.
I think she was dropped or something. I don't know. I mean, it's like these random reasons. But second Tommen, of course, like was a different Lannister character early on, and then was
He
killed.
was Martin Lannister.
Yeah, he was Martin Lannister, and then they killed him, and then all of a sudden he's Tommen.
Yeah, what did they do to this?
What was all that about Trump and BBC?
Bubba?
I'm trying to remember back when
What's going on these days in politics?
This was back when I was like talking about how like back in the 90s everything was better because it was before 9/11 and Trump and all these different things. But I don't know remember when I mentioned anything about BBC, but
well,
Don't
either
wait,
Trump
wait,
sucked
talking
Bill
about
Clinton's cock or Trump
Is this
sucked
the Bubba
horse
thing?
cock.
Yeah,
oh,
is this-
the Bubbas. Didn't they figure
Well-
out that it was actually a horse?
Well,
That somebody had a horse
Maxwell
named
has
Bubba?
she has a horse named
his
Bubba. Yeah,
brother
so
said that Bubba is a private citizen unrelated to Bill Clinton. So he apparently blew some guy, but it's not Bill Clinton. It's not a horse. So whatever that's about, I don't know what that's about. Gosh darn.
Do you plan for Bran and time traveling Bran to meet in the fanfic? Might there be a merger where Bran gets the consciousness and memories of time traveling Bran? Well, I mean, I guess I have to spoil it, but no. In the next chapter, there's definitely going to be a some sort of meeting of sense. I mean, the Three-Eyed Crow is time traveling Bran. In the fanfic. I mean, they are one and the same. So they've met. I mean, every time they're having a conversation, it's Bran and Bran. So the idea is that time traveling Bran is going to kind of be like, you know what, this round is not working out. So why don't you just let go and merge with us? And Bran rejects it and decides to like keep going. It's sort of like, because as I was saying, like in the fanfic, this is my my idea, and I do think that George probably thought about this for the principle of time travel in the books, that it is a Groundhog's Day situation. Time traveling Bran is trying all the different events over and over again until he gets it right, and that we're reading the final attempt. That there's been many iterations of the story that failed, and so I think the idea is that time traveling Bran is going to say like, oh, if you don't make it this time, it's okay. We're going to do this again. But Bran keeps pushing on, climbing the wall or climbing out of the the sinkhole and stuff like that. But that's more or less the plan. But the next Bran chapter is going to be fucking crazy, man. It's going to be crazy. I just got to get there. I just got a few chapters out of the way to get there, and it's like Hotah 3 has just taken me a long time, and
Hotah 3.
Yeah, just not that. I don't know, just not that. I mean, I'm trying with it, piecing together things. It's almost there. It's a little more.
Preston, give the fandom what they want. 17 John chapters of him just taking inventory at the wall. Just give the fandom what they fucking want.
Yeah, just trying to get out Hotah, then we can do Jaime, then we can do Cersei, and then we can worry about, well, maybe actually do Jaime, then do Daenerys, then Cersei, and then do Bran. And the Bran 2 chapter is gonna be fucking crazy. It's gonna be fucking crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, homie. I kind of want you to go back to Asha.
Oh yeah, I mean, Asha will get there, but I understand. You're like, all I care about is the North. All I care about is Melisandre and Asha and Davos and Theon. That's all you care about.
I did re-listen to your Asha chapter, and it's very good. The Battle of Ice chapter. I was invested, and I was like, oh, I hope we come back to this. With Carl the Maid, and you get
Carl the Maid.
What's it, Walder Frey getting his face destroyed. Like, it's great. I want to see the fallout of it.
I know. I haven't quite figured out how it's all gonna roll out. I'm thinking that they're gonna go to Castle Serwyn. Like if I were Stannis, what would I do? I wouldn't attack Winterfell. like if you were Stannis, what would you do? You just won the Battle of Ice. What would you do? When I say like, what would I do? I would go to Castle Serwyn and I would starve Winterfell out. I'd just be like, I'm just gonna let you guys fucking starve. Like, that's what I would do.
Because are they blocking the way for him at all? Like, is that the thing? Like, he's like, oh, I can't go past them. They're blocking the pass, the King's Road.
I don't know. Serwyn's only
like, can he just go by them if he wanted to?
Yeah, get to the ships.
He's lost the Northmen. Like, the Northmen were the only ones really pushing for Ned Stark's girl, right? Like, they were the only ones really pushing to go to Winterfell. So with them out of the way, like, he could do anything, right? Like.
Yeah, I mean, or he's lost a lot of them. I mean,
he's got Wyman's guys, so maybe Wyman's
he's got
guys
Wyman's guys. And the idea is that Wyman is going to also be bringing ships up the White Knife
or whatever.
So essentially, Wyman's crew now is going to be the dominant force in the army, even though Wyman is probably fucking dead. So it's like, who's commanding them? So, is it going to be Rebet Glover and is Wendell? He survived, right?
Wait, you're killing Wyman Manderly?
Wyman Manderly at Winterfell. He got fucking
Winterfell with Ramsay.
Is it confirmed that he's dead? Because one of his like double chins got slashed. But
no, we have nothing confirmed. We have no fucking clue what they're doing to him.
He's done for. He's in
Ramsay could be having sex with him. I have no idea what they're doing with him.
I would like to see that. By the way, Trey, speaking of Ramsay having sex with Wyman Manderly, I don't know if I told you, I got Elio Garcia for an interview.
Really? About what? About the AI stuff, or just
Carmine wants to talk about the Dornish master plan with him.
First off, I asked him about the Dornish master plan. This motherfucker goes, "Dornish master plan? What's that about?" I told him, well, it's about the idea that Qyburn is Doran Martell's agent to bring down the Lannister. This fucking guy goes, really? I've never heard of it. Interesting. I'm like,
bullshit.
You've never
You've been in the community for fucking 40 years or however long it's been. 40 years, not 40 years. 20, let's say 20.
I was able to get that interview with him, and yeah, I'm gonna have it's gonna be me,
Wow,
him, and
congrats, man.
Preston, and oh, gracias. I've been on a roll lately. I got Daniel Green. I got this other like political streamer guy. I'm been on a fucking roll lately. Well, I'll introduce you to all these
Are you gonna
people.
ask about the Haranguin Mines? George has ever
Elio,
talked
I don't
about?
even. Does Elio know about
Just
George's other
Yeah,
stuff?
no,
does
Like,
George ever
Elio's read all of George's work too.
okay,
Okay,
yeah, I could. I'll let
maybe you're
Preston
in.
do that. I'll let Preston do that. Elio also told me he wants to take Preston to task on a couple of things. Preston
I
got
don't
some
know
stuff
what.
wrong.
I don't know what he could take me to task on. Like, I don't know
You
what.
got a couple of things wrong about him specifically, and he wants to correct you for the record. It's all
Oh,
friendly, of course.
okay,
Mhm.
okay. Like about the world of ice and fire or something like that.
Stuff like I'm gonna leave it up to him to. It's
Okay,
gonna be a
okay.
fun one. It's gonna be a fun one. I just hope he has a better microphone this time around. The last interview he did
Oh.
last year, he had like an Xbox 360 one, so hopefully it's better.
I'm very interested. I've been very interested to see what you'd ask him. Like, yeah, because he's kind of the I don't know. He knows things that only he, George, and like 3 other people know, right? Like he knows details
Mhm.
that a lot of people don't.
He
Most
knows
almost everybody,
details
right?
that he's not gonna tell us.
Not
I
gonna
mean,
tell
I'd
you.
have to get him drunk or whatever, and but but
Does
he's
George
not
ever?
gonna
Yeah,
tell us.
ask him. Does George ever talked about Thousand Worlds? Was there going to be another tough book? I don't know. Like, what do you ask him
Hmm.
that he's actually going to answer? Is the question.
I'm gonna ask him about the AI thing. I'm gonna ask him like a George specific question, maybe something else, and I'll let Preston take over because I'm sure Preston wants to go into it with him about like theories and
Oh,
George stuff.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I say, like at this point, I'm very, I'm very jaded about even my own theories. Like going back, like it's not that like it's one of these things where like what the text shows and what you can derive from the text is based on this idea that George R. Martin is perfect and had all of these ideas from the beginning. And over time, I
Right.
kind of, realized that like George is not perfect and he came up with certain ideas later on. And so, like, what do these early things mean and things like that? Like, the order of stuff being introduced becomes more important to me and stuff like that. So, even when I'm talking about like Dornish Master Plan, like, there's a lot of things where I can like say like, okay, does it really make sense that Doran Martell, a man in which all of the characters say is very careful, who has said that he has spent decades like planning this like big master revenge, does it make sense that his big fucking plan is sending Quentin off with 5 people to with a marriage pact to Danny? Like, you think like that is his fucking master plan, And the average person would be like, no, like that makes no fucking sense at all. And that's the genesis of the Dornish Master Plan and why people latched onto the Dornish Master Plan as a theory and love it, and like the whole reason my channel blew up and why it went viral and all of that, right? But now that I've been through things and I'm like, okay, well, wait, the Ariane story started off as one of 7 parts of a mega prologue that he decided to pop in because he'd abandoned the 5-year gap, and then it got out of control and grew, and you're like, oh, how much did he really plan? How much was he really thinking about Dorne? In a Clash of Kings and a Storm of Swords and stuff like that. When
Well,
Brave
well, let me
Companions
ask you
did
this.
shit.
Let me ask you this: do you really want to? Because I'm gonna do the interview with him, like regardless. Do you really want to go into your theories, or do you want to just save that for another time?
No, I mean, we
Because
could talk about the Dornish Master Plan because I think the Dornish Master Plan is interesting in as an example of like what the fandom is interested in and examining George's work and thinking about George's work and how to approach it. As I say, like the fault of like assuming that George is God and everything he says is truth, which is actually enhanced by So Spake Martin and the wiki and all of these things. Like
Mhm.
all of that like plays into this idea that everything is fucking 100% consistent, which
homie, I'm gonna let you do your thing. But however, I will say though, I will say, when I when I first showed the interview that Elio did last year to Presta, he goes, "Holy shit!" He just you said something along the lines of, "Holy shit!" He just destroyed that guy's theory. And it was this is YouTuber who loves to do like this one specific type of theory and always tries to tie everything back to this one thing. Elio absolutely destroys it because the host asked Elio like, "Hey, what do you think about this theory from this YouTuber?" And Elio goes, "Yeah, George doesn't care about that stuff. He wasn't thinking about it." And I told that to Preston. Preston goes, "Holy fuck, he just destroyed it."
Right, but I think it's probably, you know, it is probably the truth that like George is not thinking about it as much as you know.
No, he wasn't.
We thought
when it like Elio even said when it comes to astrology or stuff like that, like to George it does not matter. And Elio tried getting George to sit down and like, you know, map out the stars. George was just not interested. It does not matter to him. Yeah. So red comet theories out the window.
Yeah. So in a way, Carmen, like. I think, and we'll talk about this, but I think in a way, Elio's presence actually laid the foundation for, even though Elio is not a theory crafter, but I think Elio's presence as a resource of these are the facts of the world plays into theory crafting, because all of a sudden it's this idea that there is some sort of like canon truth rather than George R. Martin just spewing a tale, you know, as he goes along, you know, versus the, you know, like there's an absolute canon and we can derive truth from like examining all of these like words as if we're examining history, but we're not. We're just.
I also want to make this very clear to the audience as well as you. I hope you don't think that me bringing this up is like me being, fuck you. I hope you don't think that. I hope you don't think I'm trying to do that to you, because I'm not.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I know you love like conflict. So like, I mean, it's worrisome that it's worrisome that you're like, oh, Elio wants to take me to task on something. I'm like, what the fuck did I do? What the fuck did I say?
According
Jesus
to him,
fucking Christ.
It's nothing bad. According to him, you said something that was incorrect about him a couple streams back, and he wants to correct you on that. That's it. That's
okay.
it. It's nothing bad. Don't worry.
You gonna ask him for taco advice?
I mean, maybe it's something about I was saying that like in the world of Ice and Fire, he had more free reign on Essos, and he wants to just say that was mostly George or something.
What was that, Trey? Taco? Why taco?
You gonna ask about taco recommendations?
Is it because he's Hispanic? Where's that coming from?
No, because that's George R. Martin's gonna rub off on him. Oh. He's gonna give you taco recs.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, you go here. They love the tacos here. I don't know. I just hear about George conversations how you get nothing but taco and food restaurant.
Like, let's talk about pizza.
Lennis makes a good point here. So Elio watches the stream. Then I actually don't know. I could ask him. I have him as a friend on Discord. I could just ask him. But
no, I mean, I'm sure somebody got back to him or something and asked something or other. But I doubt. You know, why did time traveling Bran send the crypt dream with Ned at the end of a Game of Thrones to Bran and Rickon? Let me think. So, I mean, at that point, what he sends it to Bran. Oh, I mean, if I were to really guess on like why that dream. So that dream, you know, obviously has a lot of similarities to John's crypt dreams and all of this, and they're all very connected. But I think there is generally a reminder, a continuous reminder to Bran of, hey, the crypts exist. And so if I were to guess, like, why is he sending the dream to Bran? So that the crypts are in his mind more, so when he knows later that he's going to hide in them. In A Clash of Kings to escape the burning of Winterfell. So I mean, my guess is that reason, if you're finding a logic to it. Now we're talking about a Game of Thrones, so like realistically, did George really have a reason at the time when he was sending these fucking dreams around? No. I mean, he sends fucking dreams to Sansa too. What do those dreams do? Nothing. Sansa getting dreams. Is in a Game of Thrones is never fucking mentioned again. They play no fucking role. She doesn't have any decision making changes based on like her receiving dreams. She just fucking receives dreams in a Game of Thrones and then doesn't. So, but if I were gonna have a logic to Bran, why he's sending himself a dream of the crypts, it's just a reminder, like, hey, Bran, the crypts exist. Go there when times get tough, and then you can fucking hide and escape by hiding in the crypts. That's my big old guess. Oh, how did Ned find out where the Tower of Joy is located? Also, when and why did Gerald Hightower leave for the Tower of Joy, since he was in King's Landing when Dany was conceived? Or is that...
Oh. Must come from a Jamie chapter where Ares has sex with Briella or whatever, and
Right.
the White Bull must talk to him. Oh,
Was it White Bull? Because I thought it was John Derry, but I might have to check.
I don't know who it is.
It might be both. He says like not. He's like,
we're not to judge or something like that.
Not to judge. Like, I'm supposed to protect her or protect people and not from him or something.
Yeah. Now I'm curious who that was. Yeah, who was that?
Here it is.
Was that Gerald Hightower?
We are sworn to protect her as well, he had finally been driven to say. We are, Derry aloud, but not from him.
Oh, it's Derry.
So I'm trying to see if Hightower... Is Hightower around? I mean, you know, these are two big beefy dudes. So I can understand the confusion, but I thought it was just Derry that was... And I you know, let's see. Because Lewin goes out to lead the Dornish army. And then, so Barristan and Derry go off to the Trident. And Derry dies at the Trident.
Yeah.
And Jamie is stuck behind. So it says here, Gerald was sent to find Prince Rhaegar. Rhaegar returned to King's Landing. Gerald did not. He's next seen at the Tower of Joy. Yeah. So I don't think he's actually there. I think you're just confusing with Derry. And then when did Gerald how did he find out about where the Tower of Joy is located?
I'll ask Elio. Hold on.
Well, is he asked around? He's like, what direction did they go in?
Is the Tower of Joy a secret? But of course, if he knew his sister was there, it's not necessarily that like the Tower of Joy's location is a secret, but the fact that his sister is at the Tower of Joy is the information that he would need to. If Ned found out that she was there, or if Robert had found out she was there, they'd be heading there first. They would have not fought the Trident and all of that stuff, right? So, and they wouldn't have marched on Storm's End. They would have gone straight there. So it has to be somebody at Storm's End that knows the information. So I guess Mace Tyrell or Paxter Redwine told them is like the most logical thing I can come up with.
I love the idea that these like characters that are like buffoons that nobody talks to have like the vital information.
They're at the Tower of Joy. Like what? Yeah.
Who else? Mathis Rowan. You could have Mathis Rowan or something. I don't know who's also there. You're right. The timing's weird.
The timing's weird, but it's true that like the only person that would know where they are would be that. Or wait, there's one more. The Squire. No, because
Monmouth. Like,
no. Brandon's Squire is like everybody else is killed, and for some reason they imprison Brandon Squire. I don't know why he gets let off. And then Ned
Ethan
brings him to the Tower
Glover.
of Joy.
Yeah.
Um,
Ethan Glover
Ethan Glover.
dies at the Tower of Joy.
But still, if Ethan Glover's like, she's at the Tower of Joy, you think Ned would be like, somebody else fucking lift the siege. Like any fucking jack off could lift the siege. Ned didn't need to lift the siege. Okay, so he has to find out about the Tower of Joy at Storm's End. So it would have to be like Paxter Redwine.
Dexter, okay, who? Let me see. Let me look at who is at the Siege of Storm's End here. All right, I gotta see who is involved. Paxter Redwine, Mace, and Mathis Rowan are basically the only people we know that were there.
Okay,
So take your
okay,
pick.
but logically speaking, maybe like the Lord of Night song, Karen, because Karen, like
Maybe
House
Bray
Karen, is
Stewart, yeah.
right there next to the Tower of Joy. So they go down there and they find they find the Reach forces, and like Lord Karen is like, oh yeah, she's at the Tower of Joy. That's the only, does that work?
I like the Squire. Like I like the idea of Ethan Glover because you're right. The Squire survives and he's like last person with Ned. But you're right. Like if Ned cared about his sister so much, he would go directly from King's Landing to Tower of Joy. Right? He wouldn't waste his time.
Yeah.
I guess it's along the way. Is it along the way? Let's see.
Not really. I
Not
mean,
really.
because also he's marching an army. Like it's not
Oh,
like
and
he's
he's so
just
slow.
bringing he's not just bringing the riding. He's bringing the whole fucking baggage train, shit like that.
Yeah.
It's fucking a long way.
Cared
It's
about Stannis more than he cared about his sister. He's like, Stannis is the priority.
Stannis,
My buddy
just
Stannis.
like in a Game of Thrones, man. Stannis.
It's something going on. Oh my gosh. How? Oh,
Yeah.
like this has
He,
always
he
confused
gets
me
he
too with
gets to
Tower of
the
Joy. Like,
siege at
how did he?
Storm's End. He talks to Lord Karen of the Marches, and Lord Karen's like, "I saw Rhaegar leave the Prince's Pass. He must be at the Tower of Joy. Let's go."
Does anybody else talk about the Tower of Joy outside of like the Tower of Joy like incident? Like, is there like stuff like pre Robert's Rebellion that talk about Tower of Joy? Like, what it was? Is this a watchtower? Like, what is it?
It's never mentioned. It's never mentioned anywhere, except
That's so
except on the
weird.
map and like in Ned's memory. That's it.
So strange.
That's it.
You're right. I don't think any character mentions it outside Ned in Game of Thrones. I don't think it's ever mentioned again.
Yeah.
The reason it feels like it is
The
because the fandom
world
loves talking about it.
the world of Ice and Fire says that it was named by Rhaegar. Like Rhaegar named it the Tower of Joy, so I guess it didn't have a name before then. Um, it's weird. But and this is where you get into where people thought that it was in like Summerhall, right? That it was a tower in Summerhall.
That's right. Yeah, like
Yeah, which
the
might have made more
fandom
sense.
before it was placed on the map, people thought that perhaps it was a part of Summerhall because
Hmm.
Summerhall was talked about, and they're like, oh, maybe it's a tower at Summerhall, and George had to be like, no, they're different places. This is where it is, Tower of Joy. Oh, okay. You should play Dispatch on stream, 30-minute episodes, only superhero media I've ever liked. You
This
know
is
the
a
game
video game
Dispatch?
where this
I
is a
don't know
video game where
Dispatch
you
now.
play as a man who is supposed to like he's like a 911 dispatch operator but for superheroes. I've heard good things. I haven't played it myself, so
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay, that's pretty neat.
I told you before the game that we really should play, you, me, and Trey, and one other person, is Phasmophobia. Trey, have you heard of this one?
That's the ghost one, the ghost hunting one, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it
I
is.
heard it's
This
fun.
the
It
one
looks like a
where
fun one.
it's the one where you, me, and Preston and one other person have to go inside the house, and like we have the ghost hunters thing, and we have to like try to figure out what kind of ghost is in the house. It's very
Oh,
fun, very
It's
scary.
funny because it
that does sound
Dispatch
fun.
reminds me of Invincible. So it's-
Yes, some people are saying
Card.
it's better than Invincible.
Yeah. I hope somebody asks me about uh, Pluribus because I've been watching Pluribus.
I have
Trey.
not, but I've heard very good things. Is it good? Is it worth watching?
It's
Want
fucking
it?
incredible, and
Oh shoot!
the more I say about it, the more it's spoiled. Like just it's just like you got to watch it
Preston,
before you get spoiled.
wait, hold on,
Okay.
Preston. You get a Mrs. Davis feel from it, don't you?
Absolutely. I mean, first of all,
Uh-huh.
I said I
Uh-huh.
was watching with my wife, and she was like, "That woman looks like the woman from Mrs. Davis." I'm like, "I know, right?"
Dude, yes.
Like,
First off,
Like-
Trey, I've been trying to get this fucking guy to watch Pluribus for like the last week. So yes, thank you for finally getting onto this. Trey, if you need the website,
Okay.
let me know. I got you. I got
It's
stuff for
crazy to
you.
me that I
It's
heard
good.
that Preston hasn't watched Better Call Saul, so that's crazy to me that you're watching Pluribus before Better Call Saul. Oh
You
my
haven't watched
goodness.
Better Call Saul? You're out of your mind.
It's good stuff.
Wait,
It's
have you
a
seen, you've seen
it's
Breaking Bad, right?
I watched all of Breaking Bad,
Okay.
and
Ray Seahorn is
and I've
is in
watched all
Better
of
Call
Mr.
Saul.
Show too. So it's not like I don't like Bob Odenkirk. I do, but like
Oh,
Wait,
that's
Trey, do you know
funny.
I
what
do.
Pluribus is about? Do you know the basic premise?
I saw it's like a utopian society, but she's unhappy, the only one that's unhappy. Like I don't know, I saw the trailer and the trailer was like,
Well,
"Oh,
the thing
everybody's
is,
all
the more
happy
when
in
you
this
see the trailer,
society."
you get spoiled. Like the first
Oh,
episode is only good if you haven't been spoiled. I wasn't spoiled. I went in completely blind, and I was like, "Whoa!"
What I
okay.
tell
This
you?
first episode was
What I
great. I
tell
think the
you?
trailer spoils the first episode.
Okay,
I
that
told him. I
sucks.
told him you and your wife
Sucks
would
how that's
absolutely
how things
enjoy
are
this.
now.
Yeah, but it's pretty
Wait, Preston,
interesting.
did you watch episode 3?
Yeah,
3 is great. I think 3 so far, like I'm loving the show because people have been like on me to get on it, and I got on it like last week. Ooh, they did a very good job releasing the first 2 episodes. Apple TV's getting on that now. Very good job doing that.
oh, they released the
because
first two at once. Okay.
yeah, there's a very good job of doing that. Second episode was good. Third episode was really good. By the way, I don't want to spoil too much for Trey. Do you notice how in the second episode the guy asks him, "So you don't kill insects?" No.
Mm,
What if you
yeah,
accidentally step on an insect? We will
yeah.
mourn the loss of the insect, but we will try not to. And I'm thinking to myself, as someone who has lived in New York City, bro, that would fucking suck with bed bugs. They
Oh
would
yeah,
not
of
kill bed
course,
bugs.
of course. I mean, there's everything. It's kind of funny when he's like, "What if I raise my own goats and then I slaughter them? Is that okay?" They're like, "Yeah, that's fine. Okay then." Like it's like it's very strange. Anyway, don't want to spoil too much, but like,
Yeah, yeah.
Right, you got to get on this. It's very
I'll
George
get on it.
coded.
I'll get on it. What
it's
you
very,
watch
it's
it on
very
Peacock
George R.
or
R. Martin.
something?
It's very George R. R. Martin.
Okay.
Very George
Okay.
coded. I think that's how I got you, Preston. I was telling Preston it's very George coded with like the way they
Oh
do
yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah. No. I mean, the entire premise is like extremely George. Um,
Oh.
I don't know if like yeah, I don't know if George would have like made the same character choices, but like the macro premise is very George.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Elf Boy, love you, Preston. Please notice me. I guess I imagine Trey is Elf Boy.
I'm Elf Boy?
Elf Boy is some random person in the chat who said that, and Ross is being
Oh.
nice, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Would you consider bringing back John back in the fanfic, but he's still a living corpse being puppeted by time traveling Bran? Maybe. I mean, we'll see. The main thing I what's funny is like people have these strong opinions about bringing John back and such, like, but honestly, the main thing, like, where I'm like not wanting to bring him back is he's just a massive time killer. Like, there's so much that needs to get done. Like, people are like, oh, you're going to bring back the Hound. The Hound is at a point where it's perfectly fine to leave him there. You know, like, he is at the Quiet Isle. He is more or less content.
You have
Done.
to bring him back for Clegane Bowl. What are you saying?
Like, there's no reason to, like, what, you don't have very much time. He's got an okay ending. Let's just leave him. You know, like, there's no reason to bring him back. So it's like, Jon, it's like, okay, well, if we come to a good reason that's really needed for the plot for Jon to come back, sure. But, like, there's a lot of shit that needs to get done, and there's not that much time to do it. And so that's the thing. Like, what is Jon providing to the story, considering that, like, the Weeper is just going to be coming in and killing everybody, and then the others might be coming in and killing everyone after that, and that everything is, and the others are just going to be coming down towards Harrenhal, slaughtering shit. What function does Jon play in that cannot be done through Davos or Asha or Theon or Bran? You know, like, it's just another character that you have to worry about, or Mel, you know. So it's not that I'm against it, but you have to have a good reason. You know, it's just, if there were more time, you know, then you can do the whole, like, oh, he's going to get resurrected from the dead, and then people are going to follow him as a Christ figure and all that. And then, but you know, it's there's not that much time. There's not that much time. Not that much time at all. Hey, Preston, living in mainland Europe for more than a month and after 2 years. What's the one thing you'd suggest I should do before I leave? Okay, I'm leaving mainland Europe after 2 years. What's the one thing you suggest I should do before I leave?
Can I offer one thing? I've never been to Europe, but there's one thing I can say on this one, because our friend Amber is leaving Germany, and the one thing she's doing is she's getting as much healthcare for free as she can. So do that. Get your teeth cleaned. Get your checkup.
No, it's
I thought you were
an
going to say go to
intriguing
the
question.
leather scene or something like that.
It's an intriguing question, in the sense of, like, there are some things in Europe that you just kind of know you're going to be back. Like, you know, it's one thing if like, I would never say, like, oh, make sure you see London, or I make sure you see Paris before you leave, because you know you're going to be fucking back to London. You're going to be back to Paris, right? You know that. But honest to God, like, if I were to say, what do you need to do in Europe before you go, because you probably won't ever do it, is I would say go to Bergen and, like, go see a fjord in Norway before you leave, because, like, that's something that, like, it's one of those things that's on your, like, bucket list, but, like, it's so fucking hard to get to. And oh man, actually, it's already fucking winter though. God damn it. Oh, it's too bad it's not summer. Fuck. But honestly, like, if it were a better part of the year, I'd be like, you go back to Bergen and, like, you go see the fjords. I mean, maybe, I think you can still go. It's just going to be dark a lot of the time. But man, that's just, like, Norway is just unbelievably beautiful. I mean, it's unbelievably expensive, but, like, it's unbelievably beautiful. Like, just seared into my memory the most beautiful things. I mean, if I were to say, like, oh, what's more beautiful, Norway or Canada? Like, the two are, you know, really, really close, or New Zealand. You know, like, just the natural beauty of the fjords and the area around Bergen. But again, if winter is coming, um, that's harder. Um, I'm trying to think of something else.
Mainland Europe. Like, I wonder what we're talking about. I don't know. But for me, I do museums. Museums in Europe are better than almost any museum you see in the United States, I guess, if you're interested in, like, I don't know. I'm talking from like Roman, Greek
But it's
artifacts and stuff, you
I
know.
think Connor is maybe going. He says he's leaving mainland Europe. I think maybe he's going back to England or
Oh,
something like
okay.
that.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, that's like going from like
yeah.
Pittsburgh to Georgia or something like that. It's nothing. But people in
Also,
Europe are so
the
weird
flights are
about
so
it.
cheap that you just hop back. Um, all right, the other things I actually this time of year. Okay, I really love Sevilla, and I love southern Spain quite a bit. I love like Cordoba, Granada, Sevilla. If you can do a tour, Cadiz, if you go down to like southern Spain, like I think some of that is really incredible stuff and really beautiful. Go see Christopher Columbus's tomb. Go see massive mosques that have been made into palaces and churches. Go see the Alhambra. Um,
You can see one of Christopher Columbus's tombs. The other one's in
yes,
Santo Domingo. The other
yeah,
one's near
yeah,
you.
the far right. Go or you can go to Gibraltar too at the same time. Southern Spain I think is like that's probably one of my favorite places in the world is southern Spain. Um, so maybe that's it. I'd like to go do that. That's just the Alhambra. Like they have these banisters. They diverted like this stream, and so like water goes down these banisters as you go up the palace. Or just the palace in Cordoba is just fucking incredible, and the food is incredible. So I'm just a big fan. I'm a big fan of southern Spain. Not that there's anything wrong with Barcelona or Bilbao or Galicia or whatever, but like there's just something, and Madrid's quite nice. I love it, but there's something about southern Spain.
Preston's Swedish fans on suicide watch after he complimented Norway so much.
any Swede, any Swede like logically knows that like Sweden is flat and Norway has fucking everything. They know this. I understand the Swedish Norwegian like rivalry because it used to be. It was kind of like you see, you're more familiar with the Argentinian Brazilian rivalry, but like
Why
it
would that
used
be?
to because because um, you're ethnically Uruguayan.
Sure.
Somebody's trying to ask me about Christopher Columbus's tomb.
Oh right, yes. There's this
Oh,
dispute. I still
there's a
haven't made it to the
dispute where there's
Faro. The Faro and Santo
two
Domingo.
skeletons. Yeah, there's a
Um,
dispute. Let's see. I can explain it to them in
but yeah, the
text.
Swedish Norwegian rivalry is a little weird because Norway historically was poorer than Sweden, and people like this the Swedes would tolerate the Norwegian workers coming over. And then Norway discovered all like a bazillion gallons of oil. And now it is much richer than Sweden. And so now Swedes come over as workers to Norway. And so there's been this like flip historically. Um,
Just to keep this hate train going, I'm gonna piss them off too. They're the same people, bro. It's like they're all descended from like the same like Ragnar and Floki and cast of Vikings. It's all the same shit. It's like it's the same crap, man. It's just Caligula and shit. It's the same shit.
I mean,
Yes,
in some
Europeans, I
respect,
am
but
trying to
like
piss you off.
Sweden linguistically is very different from Norway and Denmark. So like Norway and
I
Denmark
know.
used to be.
I'm trying to upset them. I'm trying to
I
upset the
know.
Scandinavians. I know.
Yeah. Mance is the best fighter. The thing is, Mance defeats regular John. I don't know if like Hulk John would have been able to defeat Mance. But it is true that like Mance easily takes out John, but I don't know if how he would do against Hulk John. But yeah, the fact that Mance is such it's got to come back into it that Mance is just a fucking incredible fighter, right? Like somebody's not going to think about it, and they're going to attack Bale the Bard. Bale the Bard is just going to slice him up and be like, "Fuck, we forgot. Oh my god, Mance, you're an incredible fighter." Oh, geez.
How is he an incredible fighter? Like, where did he learn this from? He learned it from somebody in the Watch? What is this? Just natural selection? He was having a fight all the time?
From Corrin Halfhand, from Stone Snake.
Corrin Halfhand?
If you look at the Iron Throne, it is the same Iron Throne in both pictures, and it was copied and pasted. Well, let me take a look at that, because that is an interesting... Now, he is a digital artist, so, like, is it wrong of him to copy and paste, say he created his own work? Is it wrong for him to?
Carmine showed me his other work, like his past work, and I'm surprised that this person got hired at all. Like his past work is very.
You know why
bland.
This motherfucker got hired. You know why somebody with nothing under his belt.
Absolutely, this was copied.
It's the same. Yeah, he just copied and pasted.
Absolutely, you're 100% right. That is precisely the same picture. Where all the shards. Yeah.
I know so many artists. I know tons of artists, and I can tell, like, there's some that just, like, you do the Marvel sketches or whatever, for like, he's the type of artist you got for the street artist, the Marvel guy who does a t-shirt. I don't know why you do it for this. Wow, that's crazy. It's just really is.
Yeah.
You just keyed out
throne room background. Yeah, the background is the same. Yeah.
He just got rid of Ares. I guess that's who that's supposed to be.
Yeah, Ares? He just paint. So, I mean, I think you're right that he was painting people and then pasting them into backgrounds.
Look at you, Carmine. You got it.
That is absolutely the case. 100%.
And that's probably why the lighting on Cersei doesn't match the lighting on the background, because it's a different painting. He didn't care about about lighting in the scene being consistent.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Look, I
want to know how much this guy got paid.
He didn't get paid very much. I can't complain too much about this because earlier we were complaining about inconsistencies. Both Brienne pictures don't look like each other. And the Arya pictures don't look like each other. So at least this is somewhat consistent. I can't complain too much. I can't.
Remember when we'd complain about the werewood having green leaves and stuff on those calendar photos? These salad days of us complaining about that.
Is this laziness not a trickle down from George? Feast for Crows isn't a TV show. George isn't writing the last books or just phoning it in. Or am I going too far? Well, I mean, he's probably busy doing some sort of work. It's just not writing. But
George has kind of become, and Preston knows exactly, and Trey also knows exactly what I'm talking about as YouTubers. When you do a specific type of niche and you're just known for that one thing, and then you get bored and you want to talk about something else. Like imagine if you're a Lord of the Rings YouTuber, you only ever talk about Lord of the Rings for years, but you want to talk about Star Wars. And then you make some content on Star Wars on that same channel and it doesn't get a lot of views. You kind of get like jaded that no one's coming over here to watch it. But at the same time, homie, you're not known for that. Like George probably feels a certain type of way that, everywhere he goes, people ask about Ice and Fire, but what else are we supposed to ask you? You're not really that known for other stuff, is he? Like, I know he did other stuff, but is he known for it?
When you try to ask about other stuff, he shuts you down. That's when you get Preston trying to ask you about Thousand Worlds, and George shoots you down. So it's like he doesn't want to talk about anything, I guess, except tacos and restaurant advice.
Like, Trey, explain the taco thing.
Apparently, all he wants.
You said it. Trey, explain the taco thing.
I don't know. I've talked to people that talk to George, and he loves his freaking tacos. He loves his tacos. He loves recommended tacos. We have a whole hour conversation just about that, apparently.
Was it a whole hour? Is that what they told you?
It was a long. It was a long. They didn't get much else out of him besides tacos, besides the
Let let
taco
me
advice.
let me defend George here because I was actually telling this to Preston last night, and so right now George is in Icelandic.
You're talking specifically Alt Shift X and Glitus, like
Maybe,
right,
maybe.
right.
I'd say whatever. So Trey, do you know about this? That how George is in Iceland Con, right? Icelandic Noir.
Okay,
Do you know about
busy
this?
schedule.
So
Oh, I did hear about this. Yeah.
there
I
was an
had
Iceland Fire
by the way,
fan.
I had a fan saying that like that he was going. An Icelandic fan contacted me and it was like, I'm going, and I said, ask about the fucking Harangan mines.
Did that
Did
motherfucker get back to you on this?
well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see.
Oh
We'll
my
Okay.
see.
gosh.
So Trey, there was an Ice and Fire fan on Reddit who was like, I got a chance to ask George about my theory. I'm like, oh God, what's your fucking
Oh
theory? And
boy.
he's writing this is what he asked George. And he wrote a whole fucking post on it. He asked George if Jor Mormont, Jorah's father, Jor, the old bear, he asked George,
Mhm.
so George, is Jor Mormont secretly Maegor Brightflame? And George says, no, I don't think so.
What are you talking about?
Bro, dude,
And what did he
this
say?
fandom is fucking stupid. I swear to God,
It's
you
so
get the
dumb.
chance to ask the guy, you get a fucking chance to be in front of this motherfucker, and that's what you ask him. And I'm sure someone asshole in the comments is gonna be like, yeah, well, Harangan Mine's the dumb question. Yeah, but also it's kind of better than Maegor Brightflame being Jor
Better than
Mormont.
what are you talking about?
Like what?
Yeah.
Or- Whatever.
Look, Harangan Mines. He cared about Harangan Mines for 40 years or something crazy like that.
Right. Like
Since
it
the
does.
hero.
It does. Like it is like 15 to 20 years of his writing period. Like like I understand that wasn't central to it, but it was like the setting, the underlying setting of
Yeah.
like what he was writing for 20 years.
I
He
think that's
cared-
why George
he
hates
should
talking about
care.
Ice
I
and
don't know, he should
Fire
care about it.
because all of these assholes come to him with their dog shit theories, and he's probably as annoyed about it as I am. It's like, guys, really, really?
Like I
Really
could
fucking
understand if
kidding?
somebody were to ask him like an underlying question about the wild cards virus, you know, and like how it functioned. I think that would be a fair question to ask him. Because like so much of his life has been dedicated to the fucking wildcard books that for so many years that he should have some notion of like how the wildcard virus like works, you know.
Oh, and Trey, they took questions. One of the questions asked, one of the questions asked was, looking at it here, George, how did you know you were a writer? Like he hasn't answered this 1,000 fucking times.
Fuck off.
Preston's
These are like
dying
fake people. You know,
inside.
like how like the Superman movie had the like the little monkeys on the keyboard shit.
Yeah.
These are like AI generated human beings walking around like asking like at these cons like
Oh,
who is asking, do you have advice for young writers? How did you know you were a writer? How do you get started? Like
the second
who
question
are you?
was
You're wasting your question on that, and it's every
the second
single
question was
time. It
George.
pisses me off.
The second question was, George, how do you keep track of all your characters? To which George replies, they're all in here, he said as he tapped his temple with his finger a few times. I don't know. Maybe I'm a mutant. Maybe I'm a hybrid. I don't know. I used to go to softball matches as a kid, both watching and playing. One day I took a softball really hard to the face. Not enough to break my nose or anything, but enough to knock me off the bleacher and knock me out. I think something back then scrambled my skull just right. Yeah, I don't
That's
care.
going on.
I'm
Respect
Forgot
not
about
trying
your
to be an
fucking
asshole. I
Tyrashi
don't
sellsword company. Don't give me that shit.
LRD. You forgot about LRD. You forgot
LRD.
about
Right.
the other wandering crow that's not Yorin,
Oh, so
apparently.
many. Somebody sent me something the other day because I did the going over edit and they posted has the royal steward been mentioned since the Game of Thrones? And I'm like, fuck. It was he's mentioned once at the beginning of A Clash of Kings, but the royal steward gets gone poof. Like he's just like, oh fuck, what happened to the
He
royal
disappeared in
steward?
the show. He disappeared in the books.
Okay, I gotta make a list because we gotta ask him about the Mo, Zoe, and what is it? What are the fucking Giscari names? The
Oh,
Resnick,
the
Mo
difference between
Resnick.
Mo and Zoe? What does Mo and
Yeah,
Zoe
yeah.
mean? There's one more, Nah, right? Nah or
There's one
something?
more that's used once,
Yeah.
like Czar or something like
Nah,
that.
yeah. Oh man, but yeah, is George being lazy? I don't know if he's being lazy, but he's just doing anything other than ice and fire. Like, I mean, not anything other than ice and fire, but I think he's living his best life. I think he has other things to worry about. His personal issues. He's trying to live his best life with his wife, see the world, get these other projects going. But I don't. Yeah, I mean, I just don't. He's not writing. He's not writing the ones.
Hey, George, how did Ned know about the Tower of Joy? Ugh. Look, I'll tell you about the best cheesesteak in Santa Fe. Just please stop asking me about fucking Ice and Fire.
CGI has improved a lot since the 1980s. Look at Interstellar, Dune, Game of Thrones, POTC. Won't AI improve over the decades too? So here is the big problem with AI and why we're kind of at this one point with AI where I don't think it's actually getting that much better now. And I think it's because it's got a logarithmic improvement scale on how much information you supply to it. So we have fed the AI everything that's on the internet and as many books as possible. And all the movies that are in existence has been fed into the AI. And it's gotten this good. So in order for it to get 100% better, how many more internets do we need to feed into it? So 4 more internets. So, like everything we've done until now has gotten AI this far. You just don't have like more information to improve it. Like you need to wait another 20 years and for humans to put more shit on the internet, make more videos, write more books, do all of that for AI to improve. But the problem now is that AI has now shat in the water. So now it's going to be all future information that's getting fed into the AI has been tainted with AI. And so now it's human centipeded, and it's just now what are we going to get? So, I mean, I don't know if AI can improve because there has to be, unless there's some other technological mechanism. But right now, like adding processors and adding more books and internet, like you've already done it. You've already added it all. Like what more can you add to it? It's not like they're sitting there and being like, well, we've only added 1% of the internet into the AI and it's gotten this good. What's going to happen now? No, it's all been entered, and this is as good as it gets. Like I don't, there might be some weird blending thing that you can do, trying to identify extra limbs every time human beings like point out the things that are wrong with AI art and AI writing. It like shifts and adapts, but like it's the big leaps and bounds. Like it can't go any further. And I also think that the industry is just, people are seeing the holes in the industry. Like, why would the whole reason the internet functions is because of advertising on web pages. But if AI is scraping the information to give you a summary, where is your advertising revenue? So how can you survive? So I don't know. I don't think I personally, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, maybe, but I don't think that AI is going to be that different in 10 years. I think we have kind of hit the peak of AI. There might be better AI porn, or something like that. I'm just trying to think like little things like that'll get better. But like, I don't know, like, is AI ever going to be writing a book that you want to read? Not in your lifetime. No one's going to be reading. Nobody's going to read an AI book. Like nobody's going to want to read an AI book. And there's going to be nothing that good.
Maybe schlop people, maybe people that would just consume anything.
Do realize,
Like I do think some people would.
Homie, you do realize they're probably going to invent people and say these people did it. I forgot which website it was, but a website recently got caught doing that. The website used AI to write its article and invented like some random guy that said the guy wrote the article. So I'm sure like these companies will invent fake people and say that these fake people like wrote this instead of AI. Like they'll
And
be
you're probably
shady
right. You're
like
gonna have
that.
like this situation where the company's gonna deny it, and nobody can like fully prove it outright that
True.
it's AI, but everybody will kind of know, like the game of the Feast for Crows stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I just don't. I don't know. It just I just don't think it can ever do it. I think it's already gotten all of the information. You know,
Hmm.
like what it can't like George. Like it doesn't have the spontaneity of like George. Like if they were like honestly, if you were doing an AI, like let's say you did AI all the way up, or I'm sorry, you wrote all the way up to A Feast for Crows, and then you AI'd A Dance with Dragons. Do you think it would have come out the way A Dance with Dragons came out? Do you think there
No,
would have
no.
been a fucking extra Targaryen? Um, you know, was there? Do you think John Con and Aegon would be in there? Like that kind of that level
AI
of
could not write
spontaneity
that.
and surprise. Like you can't.
AI could not write that. Closing time. You didn't read Closing Time, that one George R. R. Martin short story where people are turned into their car, like turn into
Yes. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
thing, the
Yeah.
car. Nobody, AI
We've
couldn't write
talked
that.
about it. Yes. That kind of stuff would never fly.
Because AI
A
exists to
Nova.
please, right? It just exists to please people, and some writing is
Yeah, but I
done to
remember
the
seeing
opposite.
like like they had AI generate 50 pictures of elephants, and then you Google search 50 pictures of elephants. The 50 pictures of elephants are going to vary a lot more than the 50 generated pictures of elephants. The 50 generated pictures of
Hmm.
elephants are all going to be very similar. Um, and so there's just this blending and averaging of everything, you know.
It's like the stuff we were just looking at, where it's this blending average of all the medieval fantasy artwork, like clothing and backgrounds and stuff, and it looks bland and tacky and forgettable.
Yeah.
Like that's just how it is. People are gonna have pauldrons for no reasons and stuff. Yeah.
Ramsay serves Wyman at a feast after Roose dies. That would be pretty funny. That he's got this. Well, I mean, they're starving, right? Um, so I could see them cannibalizing Wyman. Why not? You know, if Stannis's army is cannibalizing people, why wouldn't they cannibalize Wyman? It's good meat right there. A lot of fat. Um, I think you're. I mean, you know, you may be serious. You might have put it on as a joke, but I think you're maybe hitting a something on the head there. That
Mm.
why wouldn't they eat Wyman Manderley? Like, what's to stop Ramsay Snow from eating Wyman Manderley? Like, do you think Ramsay Snow would care, or do you think if he
No.
ordered it to be put in the food of his soldiers, like, and they didn't know, like,
See, it feels like a Ramsey thing to make like Barbary Dustin and them like eat Wyman Manderley or something, like order, like you need to prove
right,
your
order
loyalty,
them?
eat
Yeah,
Wyman Manderley's body.
okay.
I still love your idea that the snow is just gonna collapse the Great Hall and they're just gonna die
They're
off
just all gonna
screen.
die. Yeah,
All those stupid Bruce Bolton theories about him being like a vampire ice zombie, just fucking just dies. This mysterious character. Oh
yeah. We know
gosh.
nothing about him. What that mysterious book from A Clash of Kings was about.
Yeah, why did he burn it? Why did he
Why did he
burn the
burn
whole
that
book?
book? And how did a leather bound book go whoosh up into flames? Does George not know that leather doesn't burn?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, because that was is like the fan headcanon that has to do with the Red Wedding somehow, even though it's an old book. Like I read it recently, it specifically mentions it's an old leather bound book, which implies that it has to be something genealogy related, right? It has to be something. This is
That's definitely
gardening.
like a
It's towards
George.
gardening. I know it's
It's
gonna drive
definitely
me
like a
crazy if I try to
George
find meaning
like
in it.
thing that he put in there. I want to let's see if I can find it. The quote, because it's going to be an aria, right? Um,
Yeah, it's the last Arya chapter, I think,
yeah. Roose
of
Bolton was
class.
seated by the hearth, reading a thick leather-bound book when she entered.
Thick leather bound, so it's a thick book. What is he
Mm-hmm.
reading and wasting like that?
She placed the food at his elbow, and did as he bid her, filling the room with flickering light and the scent of cloves. Bolton turned a few more pages with his finger, then closed the book and placed it carefully in the fire. He watched the flames consume it, pale eyes shining with reflected light. The old dry leather went up with a whoosh, and the yellow pages stirred as they burned, as if some ghost were reading them. I will have no further need of you tonight, he said, never looking at her. So a few things there.
Yeah,
He's clearly never burned a book. Have you ever like put a book in a fire? Oh my
I
god,
did. I did.
it's hard, it doesn't burn. Like you're just like, oh my god, this is taking forever. You know, like oh my, like the idea that this huge book would be like, whoa, like no. If you've ever put a book in a fire, it is the slowest, worst burning process. Like you're just like, oh my god, I got to take one page off, and then that burns, then you got to take another page, and leather doesn't fucking burn. Like, what if the old dry leather went up in a whoosh? No, that's not what leather does.
What could he have been reading? Well, I'm trying to figure out what George is even trying to do. Because okay, Clash of Kings. By the end of Clash of Kings, he knew the Red Wedding was happening. That was a thought in his mind, right? He had like already gotten Red Wedding.
Yeah.
So, but what could be found in a like an old leather bound thick book that would be Red Wedding
I
related?
mean, keep in mind that in a Clash of Kings, okay, around this time, Arya 10, okay, that means John is is oh this is right after John has his fucking meeting with around the fire with Corin Halfhand, where he's like, "Tell the old bear, the old powers are awakening." Like he's clearly like trying to create this mystical, like there's mystical stuff that's happening, and like
Mm.
what is it like? Yeah, you know what? Gior knew that the old powers were awakening. Okay, like he knew
Fucking
that, like
zombie
in a
tried to
Game of
strangle him in his
Thrones, like
sleep.
before they left, he's like, "People have been seeing White Walkers. What are we gonna find out there? Yeah, are you gonna find White Walkers? Like maybe the things the things that your people have been seeing, like that you mentioned that everybody's been seeing. The reason you built the wall in the first place and the reason you blow the porn 3 times, you think you might see White Walkers? The old powers are awakening. Tell the old bear. I will. Oh wait,
He already knows.
I saved him from a zombie like 6 months ago. I think he knows. Like fucking old. Oh god.
So is it magic related? Is that the idea? It's like
I think we're supposed to think
some,
that.
yeah, that he's found out about the White Walkers somehow. Okay.
Um
Because it was a letter. Like if it was a letter from Tywin, that would make more sense. It's a letter that he cast into the fire. It was them communicating about the Red Wedding. But it's not. It's
it's a
specifically an old
random
book
Harrenhal book.
that's
You know.
thick. A thick old book.
Yeah. I'm trying to
That's
think of
strange.
I mean something that the the Wentz had, like why did the Wentz have this book? It can't be that old, right? Cuz like you
Aaron Hall
know,
got burned
Aegon
to
the
crisp.
Conqueror like burned the castle. So it
Yeah.
can't be more than 300 years old. Danelle Lawston magic spells. How to bathe in blood. 10 easy steps.
Dagger's happening. Dagger's happening, Carmine. It's happening.
AI dagger.
I mean, hey, look, bro. I so I actually might get the answer to that sooner than you think, and I'll keep you
Oh,
updated, Trey. I got you.
oh
So hold
my!
on, I'll send you a message. Hold on.
It has to like it has to like it's not even like it has to. We need to know what happens to this dagger between Hot D. Oh, okay, okay.
Uh, this is in response to my review of Eddard 14. Littlefinger betrayed Ned because Stannis wanted to outlaw brothels, as mentioned in Eddard 6. It was purely a business decision for Littlefinger. I mean, that is something that's one small thing of that would be negative about Stannis, but at the same time, the Lannisters know that you lied about a dagger and nearly got Tyrion killed, and they're on their way to like take power and should execute you immediately. Like at least Stannis has no reason to execute Littlefinger. Like the thing that Stannis would do, he'd come in, he'd outlaw brothels, and he'd fire Littlefinger from the small council. That's the worst thing. But the Lannisters should logically execute Littlefinger. Um, there's no reason they shouldn't do this. Like, it's
Seems like Littlefinger has plenty of money too from other sources. Like I think we hear about him doing involved in trade and stuff, right? Like
right,
brothels
yeah,
isn't
and
the only thing.
um, not to mention like Stannis might come into town and he might be like, Littlefinger's the only one that knows how to do the books, or something. You have no idea about Stannis. They all say this about Stannis, like, oh, Stannis is gonna do this and Stannis is gonna do that, and but I don't know. Like I'm just this is my whole thing is because I was saying like as great as Eddard 14 is, and it's a great chapter because it's this this release and this betrayal, but at the same time the chapter doesn't make really very much sense. Like Littlefinger gets nothing from the Lannisters, asks for nothing from the Lannisters, like, and the Lannisters should be killing him, and he just is just like,
Mm.
yeah, I'm gonna betray Ned and go with the Lannisters. Okay, and not to mention the Sansa betrayal thing is stupid, and Eddard is all over the fucking map in his motivations in the last 4 Eddard chapters. Like, does not make any sense in what he's doing. Um, does he want to save the children? Does he want Stannis on the throne? Why? Like anyone would have done better. I mean, Stannis is a day away. He could have sent like could have sent a ship, could have sent a raven. Like instead, he does nothing. He does nothing. Ugh. Um, just realized how to cheapen super chats. Thanks, Edward. How do you get over 50 characters? How did you get over 50 characters?
Huh.
Um, I don't know what this one. Maybe I have to see the context of this. Hey Preston, Norwegian on night shift here. Have you been further north in Norway? I live in Tromsø, and we have already snowed in. Oh, geez, Aurora is nice though. Love the fanfic. No, and in Norway, I have not been further north than Bergen. And the in Finland, I've been up to the Arctic Circle, but
Mm.
that's as far um, that's as far as I've been. Um, but man, on the night shift, I mean, here's what we're talking about. Let's see. Let me try to
On
get
night
it
shift. Oh
animated in
gosh. So it's like
in
pitch black for them.
yeah, it can be pretty. it can be pretty bad. Obviously, they get really
Snowed in.
bad
Shoot.
seasonal affect disorder in Scandinavia and stuff like that. So, so yeah, when I went to obviously I went into Oslo, went across the country to Bergen, saw some fjords, went down and saw the big cliff. There's this wonderful fucking crazy cliff thing down a little further south, um, and then headed back. You know that square step cliff thing in Norway. I forgot the actual name of it. Um, but I mean, oh, I have my fucking Norway photos here. Here we go.
It's called like the pulpit rock. Here, I just did the
Yeah,
translation. This is beautiful. Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Um, let's see if I can.
The cliff everybody goes to. Yes. That's funny.
Let's see. These are old photos from a long time ago, but um, yeah, this is just taking the train across Norway, and then this was really hilarious because I think we stopped at this bridge, and there's this waterfall and this little house there, and this Norwegian woman just comes out and starts dancing for everybody. It's really, and everybody's like, "Why is she's just dancing up there?" Um, but then, yeah, there she is. She just had this little house. So we stop at this waterfall, and this little house up there, and this Norwegian woman
Oh
just
my
comes
gosh,
out of
look
the
at that
house and just
photo.
starts dancing. Yeah,
That's gorgeous.
yeah. Then you get to Bergen. Um,
You on a ferry.
yeah, the ate some killer whale. There's the rock.
Oh, there's the cliff.
There's me on the rock. You know. Um, yeah, that's me being funny. I think I'm just bending over, holding my head in my hands.
Whoa.
Yeah. And oh, I thought this was funny because it said slut solg. Um, my humor. Yeah, it's fucking. Oh, there's elephants somewhere. What the fuck
Elephants?
are they doing? I don't know what I was doing here. There are elephants here, and there's
Oh,
Legos. I think.
Legos?
And back. I think I went back to.
Oh, we got some Iron Age stuff. We got some, yeah, look at
Oh,
this.
this was a fun little
Iron
museum where
Age.
they had like fake stuff. So they had like a mermaid
Oh,
skeleton, stuff like that.
are these all fake artifacts?
Yeah, I think so. I think that was like part of the joke. These might be real artifacts, but um, it was a long time ago, though.
Look
I
at
think I
this. This
went.
is
This is
cool.
like 2012 or 2013. Oh, right, because it was like the upper class was still like getting stuff from like the Middle East and stuff. Like even okay, but it's just oh
Somebody's
here.
asking you, is killer whale good? What does it taste like?
Tastes like steak, honestly.
Tastes like steak. Okay.
Mm. It's like a soft steak. Not that difficult. From if you've ever had shark as well, shark is kind of like that.
Mm.
Um, yeah, this is went on the fjord tour. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. But yeah, but man, what a place! What a place, Norway. I mean, I feel like Ferris Bueller. He's like, if you have the means, Go to Norway. Um, but yeah, that's it. But I did go up to see Santa Claus in Finland. Um,
Oh,
yeah, up at the Arctic Circle. So, but not in Norway. But he's in Tromso. Did you see where that was?
Tromso. No, I don't see where that is.
I mean, I don't know.
It's
Again, we're doing the pronunciation is horrible.
Hammerfest or something like that,
Up here,
which is
man.
real
Look at
north.
the top. That's where he is. That's way above the
Oh,
Arctic Circle.
jeez. People live there? You know?
That's where he fucking lives. Oh my god.
What do you do? Like, that's crazy. Like,
I
I
know.
know
Well, up
sometimes I
here there's a
learn
lot
like,
of like ski resorts and stuff, but like
oh,
incredible ski resorts, but I couldn't imagine.
Tromso, Norway.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh, that's cold. This looks like something like a Wes Anderson movie. Oh my gosh, this town is like crazily built.
Oh my god, it's beautiful, but
Yeah.
with the aurora borealis. Oh my god. But the idea of like darkness all the time and then light all the time. My god. What a world. Oh.
See, I've never been to Scandinavia. I've never been to any of these places.
Oh. It's yeah, it's certainly a fun time, but it's so outrageously expensive that you're just like, oh, like everything, you're just like, oh my god. Oh my god. Like I say, like you go to the 7-Eleven to get a Coke, you're like thirsty and you're like you want a Coke, and it's like $8 for a bottle of Coke at the 7-Eleven, and you're like, what, $8? like thoughts on if after the God's Eye, Damon became the third eye crow and trained Bloodraven. This is very like House of the Dragon show here, right?
Yeah.
So
Maybe.
I mean, the God's Eye is kind of like the big mystery box that George put in. And he purposely have werewoods there. So if like there's a werewood net hub, right? It's definitely like there's definitely one at the God's Eye. And so they never found Damon's body, right?
Oh yeah, he disappeared.
So did Damon cook into the werewood net?
I know that Fire and Blood has a thing of what's his name? Valarian, Adam Valarian. Who's the one that has a dragon?
Adam Valarian does, yeah.
Adam Valarian visits the Isle of Faces, or allegedly visits the Isle of Faces to talk to somebody before he saves the day at Tumbleton.
Oh, right.
So the idea maybe is that Damon is still alive on the Isle of Faces, and he talks to him to fight for Rhaenyra on his behalf or something. I don't know. Like maybe that's what they'll do with it. There's a little thing, and yeah.
Damon's body was never recovered in the God's Eye. Singers say that he lived the rest of his days in secret with nettles. Damon never achieved ambitions. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I'd like to believe that like Daemon Targaryen survived and like hooked into the werewood net, like just horribly broken body, like shattered arms and legs, but they were just like, fine, we'll put you into the tree, and then he's just in the tree. So, but did
at story's end you hear like a minor thing, like a prince the decayed body of a prince was in the tree or something. I don't know, you say something that among like other things like first men, Andal, like I don't know, warriors also
right,
hooked in.
ecological engineering course seed ship. a lot of things. That's going to be a very fucking crowded God's Eye.
This
With
is
some,
completely random, but since we're on the topic of House of the Dragon and Daemon, so there's a new video game based off House of the Dragon from the TV show,
Oh,
and
that is a good one.
everyone gave their permission to use their likeness except Matt Smith. And Preston, I sent you the picture. I sent you like two
I
pictures
did,
of
yeah, yeah,
this.
yeah.
You have to put this
Let
up.
me
Here,
see
Trey, I'll
him. Let
show
me
this.
see him.
I'll
Wow.
show this to you. It's so stupid. It's funny that he didn't, because you're like, okay, come on, dude, really?
I mean,
I'll put it to you here.
it's just like very notably missing, right?
Put it up. Show
Oh,
the
he's just not
audience.
there. Oh wait, that is all. That's supposed to be Matt Smith. That's Daemon Targaryen. That is
So I like.
awful.
So you
That
would
is
think that Matt
awful.
Smith would be on the cover of this thing, but he's not. And now, Preston, show the in-game cutscene
Right.
picture of
That
Matt
is
Smith.
awful.
So everybody except for him, and there that's supposed to be Damon.
Daemon.
Which,
That's awful.
prior to House of the Dragon, I'd be like, yeah, sure, that looks like him.
I would like the idea, like the auto actor didn't hold out. I like the idea, like the Laurie's actors, like, I'm not giving my likeness for this thing. It needs to be top quality. I do not want Laurius's face associated with this.
Every single actor gave their likeness except for Matt Smith. That's just funny.
Except for Matt
That's
Smith.
just
That is
funny.
so
I wonder
funny.
why.
Probably had something to do with Doctor Who or something.
There's a video game, was it Double Dribble or something, where everybody gave their name, like permission to name, except for Michael Jordan. So there was like Player 23, and like in the game, and everybody's like, everyone knows who Player 23 is, but like, it's like, it wasn't Double Dribble, something else. NBA, nah, not NBA Jam, but it was something else.
I just can't wait for season 3 where we get to introduce the best character, Biffo Big Storm. Remember that character,
Yeah.
Trey?
That's awful. That's awful.
Preston will never understand
Biffo
the pain
Big
we went through.
Biffo Big Storm, porn actor. Gosh.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I don't know. The only thing is, like, did Bloodraven ever go? I mean, obviously Bloodraven spent some time at Harrenhal, but did Bloodraven ever make it to the God's Eye? You'd think he'd be the type of person to go, but go and find Daemon sitting in a tree for 100 years. Huh. I mean, it would be a kind of almost similar situation. Young Bloodraven goes and finds old 100-year-old Daemon in a tree.
I love this. Bill Belichick famously is not featured in any video game because he hates unions. He's represented by a skinny black guy in the recent college football games. Bill Belichick.
AI will be good for kidnappers and people who unlike others, they can make videos of their victims seem alive and well for years. That's true. I mean, there's a lot of like weird shit that's going to happen, right? Like the stuff that we're on the cusp of is like, will they, when people have like AI, child porn and shit like that, deep fakes of the president saying whatever things, declaring nuclear war on countries, stuff like that. No one will be able to trust anything on TV anymore. Everything is going to be, you'll have video. We're in this surveillance state, right? But at the same time, like when somebody has a video of like you walking off and like, you say you're the killer, the Charlie Kirk killer, right? That guy, they go, oh, we got a video of you. Well, that's just been doctored. AI did that. Oh, well, now what's like, anybody can doctor that. Well, then what's the proof then? So maybe the surveillance state has been neutered by the fact that like anyone can create fake video of everything. so it's meaningless
Mm.
if they catch you doing something. Um, Ryan sure asks, will Sam use glass candles on other POV characters? Stop reading my fucking diary, Ryan. Stop fucking reading my diary. Jesus. don't want don't want to give away all the fucking greatness of the fanfic, but man, there's gonna it's gonna be some. I've told you, Trey, like some of the things I've planned, right, for the
Some of
fanfic.
them, yeah.
Yeah.
I was rewatching your going over the Fool chapter, and I didn't notice like the Bravo lingering influence on Sam. I think that's really, really cool, and it's super subtle.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
that like, yeah, it lingers even after it's been severed. Like it's very, very, very cool. Very George R. Martin. Very consistent with his past work. I don't know. Somebody's
It's like,
memory and
I
consciousness is
like
there.
Dehan Pedratho. It's sad that it's sad that he's dead. He was a good character. He was a good character. Like oh man, oh man, oh man. So anything else before
Somebody's
uh,
talking about horned helmets. They saw your pictures. They're like, Vikings did they actually have horned helmets?
no, I mean when you actually talk to
No.
Scandinavians about Vikings, because Scandinavians, like, it's part of their history, and so they'll be
Mm.
like like Vikings were like 1% of our like society. Like they were like most people were like farmers and like shepherds. Like no, you can't have a whole society of like reavers going around. Like the big thing is they're just like we weren't Vikings, okay? Like I understand that you like they associate Vikings with us, but we weren't all Vikings.
Mm.
So they all learn their history, so obviously they know more about it. So like they think all of these like Viking shows are ridiculous. Um,
I guess
like
it's
I
like
told you about
assuming
that,
all Americans were cowboys. Like, yeah, yeah, they
right?
were all
Or
cowboys.
I told you about that movie with the it's a French movie, and like there's a sidekick who's like American Indian and he like knows martial arts in it, and you're just like, what are you guys doing? But like growing up in America, we not that people know a lot about American Indians, but we have like some notion of what American Indians are, and they're not sitting doing martial arts. Something to do
I've
with a
never heard
wolf.
martial arts for American Indian. Like you could do like maybe bow and arrow,
It's something to do
running.
with
I
a
don't know.
wolf
Like
martial arts movie.
I don't know if
It's
there's any Native American martial arts thing
Brotherhood of
that
the
I know of.
Wolf. That was the name of it.
Oh, that's the Beast of Gévaudan. That's like the like werewolf one. Yeah,
Yeah. Um.
funny.
So he what do they call him?
Brotherhood of
Yeah.
the Wolf.
But for some reason he's just this like martial arts wielding American Indian in this movie. Um, People seem to love this movie though somehow.
I've heard about it. I've heard about it because I know about like cryptids. I know like the real story that this is based on. I gotta
Yeah.
watch this then. The American Indian representation.
Preston, any plans for Area 4? Right now, and this could change, but right now, I'd like to send Aereo and Darkstar to the Iron Islands. Because the idea is that they're like searching for Marcella, and they're not sure where she is, but all of these mother houses in Old Town have been the women have been carried off as um, salt wives, and so the idea is that maybe they would go to the Iron Isles and deal with some of the missing characters there. Because there is a story in the Iron Isles that still kind of exists with like Ironmaker, Eric Ironmaker, and like the drowned priests and their rebellion and things like that. There is some like elements that are still around. Harlaw, the Glover hostages, Theon's mom. There's a lot there, and I'm like, huh. Can Aereo can Hota and Darkstar have one more adventure there before everybody kind of has to head to Harrenhal? But
Somebody's got to go to Highgarden and what's it called? Castle Rock. We got to hit up these places George invested so much time and effort into thinking about.
well, so Cersei is probably going to flee. So once
Trials all
Aegon
wrapped
takes
up.
the throne, Cersei's probably going to flee to Casterly Rock. So Casterly
Mm,
Rock is covered in the Cersei story, and
okay.
then Highgarden, both Aeron and Sam are going to be heading north,
Okay.
and so yeah, the question is like, when are those two characters going to meet? Are they going to meet before Highgarden, and how? Because I've been like working on the map. I've been looking at the map. Um,
People are so upset about the
a
Hota.
what?
5 Hota chapters. Why? Because Hota's fun. Hota's fun. Hota and Darkstar. It's a fun
Darkstar is a
buddy
really
comedy.
fucking awesome character, and he's fucking hilarious. And so it's
George, like people don't realize George is at his best when he's writing weirdos, like when he's fighting like these weird misfits. He's not good when he's writing boring ass John and Danny, like because they're lame. Can't do much with them.
right. So if um if we put
Going up the King's Road.
so Damphair is going to be in Starfall, so he's going to wash up at Starfall, and then I mean not literally, but they're gonna bring him back to Starfall, and then he is going to have to eventually head north, trying to make it to Harrenhal. So the idea is, if you were trying to get to Harrenhal, how would you do it based on this map? You take a
You
boat,
cut through Highgarden.
but look where you can take this river. Where does that lead to?
Mm.
Horn fucking Hill, right? And where would
Yeah,
Sam
yeah.
be retreating from the Ironborn invasion? Horn fucking Hill. So that's where the idea is like, at least story wise, consolidating the characters into the same locations.
Mm.
So my idea is that Victarion is going to land in Sunspear. Um,
Oh my
and
gosh, I'm so excited for more Victorian. I freaking love Victorian's like one of my favorite POV
oh,
chapters.
because
He's
he's just
just
so fucking hilariously
just
evil.
insane and stupid. Like, and so like when he encounters characters from different stories, it's so fun because he's just like a hammer entering like these very delicate situations. Like it's
Right.
great. Like
So the
him and
idea is that
Sunspear were
like
so funny.
is that the Victarion has captured um Barristan and Drink. And so
Mm.
Barristan and Drink are going to be with Victarion, and they're going to land in
Where's Arch? Is Arch dead?
No, Arch is going to be separated, and Arch
With
is going to be with the Tyrion story,
Quentin? Oh.
right? That's
Oh
the
my
idea.
goodness.
Is that Arch is going to I'm separating Arch, and Arch is going to end up in the Tyrion story, and Drink is going to end up in the Victarion story. Is the idea, is to split everybody up. That the idea is that it's like it's Boggle. You're shaking them up and then put them in different
Why
locations.
not?
Right. So
Yeah.
Quentin, neither is in the Quentin story. That's the most important thing,
Oh my
right? Like
gosh.
that somehow I still have to figure out how Quentin is leaving town before Arch. Like Quentin has to leave town um, before Arch kind of makes it inside of Marine to be part of the Tyrion story. So Arch is going to be with Tyrion. Drink is going to be with Victarion. And
Drinks the handsome one, right?
yeah,
Drinks the
yeah,
like the suave guy.
yeah.
Oh, Victoria's gonna hate this guy.
Of course.
And I'm like picturing Barristan and Victorian. Oh my gosh,
Right?
what
Like
a
two
combo.
characters that do not feel like they should be together, right? And so,
Oh gosh, that's good. And then I'm like picturing like Victorian meeting Doran in Sunsphere. So I guess Doran's at the Water Gardens.
right.
Is he in Sunsphere still? I don't know where he is.
Yeah, he should be at the Water Garden or whatever. Um,
Oh my gosh. I
yeah.
want to know what I'm loving. I love a Victorian chapter. Oh my gosh, because what's his name still with Victorian too? Makoro is still with
Mokoro,
Victorian,
right.
right?
Right.
Makori or AKA what's his name?
Marwyn.
Not Marwin.
We have to have Marwyn show up. So Marwyn and Gilly are going to show up in the Tyrion story.
Okay, okay. So
Because it's really essential. It's really essential that Gilly meet Jorah. That's the most important thing. And pretty much the entire reason for bringing Gilly all the way to fucking Slaver's Bay was for her to meet Jorah. Like that's the most important thing.
Victorian and Sunsphere, the most fun thing ever. Yes, yes, I agree. I agree with
Right?
your comment here. It's so because you're right. Like, where does Victorian go? Like, you could do the boring thing where he fights Euron or something stupid, and you're right. You wanted to. He's a wild card. He's just gonna mess up everything wherever he goes.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So yeah. Have you read The Last Dragon Slayer to your kids? I've not. I've read Dragons Love Tacos to my kids.
That's the thing you did for Halloween, right? You
Yeah,
got
that's
dressed
right.
up for it. Remember this?
Dragons Love. It's a great. Oh, Last Dragon Slayer. It is a children's book, young adult fantasy novel. 15-year-old Jennifer Strange. Um, I mean, my boy is he's only 6, so it'll take a while. It'll take a while before, though we watched uh, we watched How to Train Your Dragon, and he liked it fine. But it's kind of, you can't predict what your kid's gonna like and like what you want him to like. I tried to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender with him. He was so bored. But the Sonic movie, fucking loved the Sonic movie. Wanted to watch Sonic 2. We watched Sonic 2. Needed to watch Sonic 3. Watched Sonic 3. Like that shit. He's like, yeah, I have to watch the Sonic movie. But yeah, they don't like what you want them to like, like really this fucking James Marsden like and an animated Sonic like
Come on, son. Don't you want to watch Andor? Come on. Andor. Come on.
oh man.
You're not with Luthen. You're here with me. It's a great scene. Yeah, by the way, Andor is going to have some competition from Pluribus. Trey, get on that right after we get off here. Actually, Trey, have you seen Andor?
Yeah, of course I've seen Andor. Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you think I wouldn't watch Andor? Like, what the fuck?
Dude,
Yeah,
you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
We watched Andor because it was good. People
surprised.
that wanted to hate it watched Andor.
Yeah. Aegon coronation in the fanfic. So I don't know if it's going to be live. It might be in flashback. But the idea is that he's coronated at Storm's End, and that he's going to be King Aegon going forward. Because it was just weird that they kept calling him Prince, and so we like addressed that, and they're like, okay. And then so there's this question. Yeah, he's king. He's gonna be marching forward. But I think we might next run into, in the next. I don't know if it should be a John Con or an Arion chapter, but the idea is that they'd be outside of King's Landing, and they will meet, I think, Bronn and Varys is the idea. That they'd be able to take the lands really quick or something, you know. Um, uh, get more forces or something. But I haven't quite figured out if it's going to be an Ariana or John Con chapter, or what makes most sense. But you got to remember, you know, like all the cool elements that are going on in the John Con story. One, you got to remember that like occasional like Lazy Leo is taking over the body of one of the squires there, so he's like lurking, and you know,
Mm.
and then Ariane is going to be like deciding if she's going to try to seduce Aegon and try to become his queen. Then Braun, we have to deal with that story. It was probably going to be revealed that he's an Aegon supporter from the beginning and that he was working for Varys. And then Varys maybe appearing, sneaking out of the city and appearing and meeting Jon Con. So
Wait, wait! I love the idea that Braun's been like a sleeper cell this whole time. He's not
oh
actually
yeah.
like this, like just going where the money comes from. He actually is like loyal to. He's got values. That's crazy. Oh my goodness.
Right. So he's been a Varys Aegon supporter from the beginning. But yeah, that's the idea, is that like they're going to be, I guess, the next time, you know, trying to figure out like surrounding the city or something. I don't know if we'll see it at Storm's End, but there's so much fun. Like once you like realize all these fun characters need to interact, you're like, holy shit! Like Lazy Leo, Lazy Leo's there. So why can't Sam find Marwyn on the boat? He just hasn't been able to find him. I mean, it's the way he like searches, and like, you know, there's all these different souls that he's going through, and he's flying above the sea. There's lots of ships and stuff. He doesn't know what ship he's on. So yeah, everybody's spoiling. Yes, I know, I'm spoiling things. How to Train Your Dragon is pretty good. I'm amazed they
Yeah.
actually like take the kid's foot. He loses his fucking foot.
Preston is the master of spoiling things. Are you new here?
He
spoils everything.
Don't call the Sonic movie shit. Ah.
The Sonic movie is a fucking miracle because the original design of the character was dog shit until the internet rioted. I don't know if you remember that, Trey.
Yeah,
The
I
internet
remember.
rioted because the design of Sonic was terrible, so they delayed the film to redo it and came out way more accurate to the cartoon and the games.
Well, you guys read an appendix to the fanfic. There is somebody that is keeping an appendix. I just need to copy and paste it in. But there is somebody already who has an appendix going. So yeah, Watkins. Watkins is the one that Lazy Leo is has been visiting. Yeah. So does the Secretary of State direct the State Department? The Secretary of State directs the civil service of the State Department. The Foreign Service is directed by the ambassador at post, who answers directly to the president. So it's an unusual structure. You know that so. When, each country has a chief of mission, and that chief of mission is usually the ambassador. Sometimes it's the charge if no ambassador has been placed, but they answer directly to the president on the president's policies and priorities in that country. The Secretary of State, while there is coordination, like there are regional bureaus, and those regional bureaus are supposed to coordinate and things like that, but the Secretary of State is the manager of the civil service. So it's a little unusual. It's a little unusual on everything. So yeah, you know, direct is the weird word, right? Like, so the Secretary of State, you know, the president directs the ambassadors to do things directly, while the Secretary of State can do that to the civil service. So it's a complicated complicated structure. But this is why, like, when people were like blaming Hillary for events in Libya, it didn't really make any sense because that was Christopher Stevens's situation. He was the chief of mission, and he took orders directly from the president. Hillary had nothing to do with it. So, like, this like blaming Hillary for something in like Benghazi, like structurally, just bureaucratically makes no sense. But it didn't stop like everything. So you hired AI for them? No, there's no AI. There's never any AI being used with it. So anyway, and that's about all. I gotta head to bed, guys. Thank you, Trey. Thank you, Carmine.
Already?
Oh, thank you.
I know. Does this every time.
I do not. Stop.
You just got on. This question here, Ariana is going to talk to Quentin. Yeah, she's got it. They got to do their beef. The one-sided beef.
They've got to. Yeah.
They got to have a scene where he's like, "What? Like, you would beef with me? Like, I didn't know."
Yeah. Plus, like, Aegon needs a dragon. So if you're gonna have a dance of the dragons, so that's the thing. Quentin's got to bring that dragon to Aegon.
Oh, by the way, Preston, someone mentioned this earlier, how you said like the Hound is not really coming back. George, someone made a very good point. George did say the Hound would come back at a later point. So,
oh well. What we're talking like stuff in the long future. I mean, if you want to bring it back in a dream of spring or some sort, we'll be very old men by then, just worrying about the winds of winter. But yeah, you took everything from me. I don't even know who you are. That's the Andor scene. Who are you? It's just... one last thing. We'll take a look at this AI picture of
Tricky Vic.
Of Vic, and see. There's a rope going off to nowhere. This one hanging here, just.
Yeah, that kind of doesn't make much sense.
I don't know what's going on with this rope.
Because it seems like it's supposed to be like fencing, but it didn't stay consistent. Like, like it seems like it's supposed to like keep things from falling out through those holes, but then the other thing didn't follow that.
His gunnels are like it's one rope of fence here. It's two ropes of fence here, and then here it's like
it's a rope fusing through the wood, going out the other side and wrapping around a
and then what's this other rope doing?
And this other rope is just
see. The thing is, like, no rational human being, when drawing this, would be like, doop 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 doop. I'm just gonna have this rope go up like that. Like, no human being would do that. They're doing their like they would have their vanishing point, and they'd be like, okay, rope. They wouldn't have two ropes here and then one rope here and then this thing going up like this. Like, no human being would do that in their decision process.
We like consistency. We like it to have a little bit of order to it. Yeah, especially
because you're just like it would take extra work to do that.
Yeah.
Like extra work to be like, I'm gonna do two ropes over here and one rope here and this.
Right. Look at the gold like on like the fringe of like the counter of the railing, like that. It's like a weird corner bit.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Like
how could anybody turn this in? How could anybody be like, yeah, this is great?
Like, why would anyone add this little corner here? I'm like doing this whole picture, and then I'm like, you know what this means? It's like also like weird. This is varnished. Like, who's varnished? Like, and then this this post, this lamp post. What is this? Why would anyone do that? No, no, no. Have you ever been on a pirate ship with a nice deep wood varnish like it's fucking furniture
Victorian and
on
his
your
famous two
gunnel?
swords.
The salt spray come out constantly? Like what is this, a
It's a shame because
yacht?
this is such a cool scene in the book, like the battle against
Yeah.
the on the shields. Like it's a very, very cool scene. It's in the middle of like a like isn't it raining? It's like raining and dark.
Yeah, the he gets his stops the sword with his
Shield.
hand.
Yeah, imagine like if they got an artist to depict that scene, like the grabbing the blade with his gauntlet. Um, like that'd be
Like let's
cool.
do. And then he's got his 5
What is that? What is it in the background? Is that a pterosaur? Is that like a giant pterosaur in the background? What is that?
seagull, I guess, but it's huge.
Giant seagull?
Trey, that's a seagull. Come on, bro.
It's a seagull, but it looks big. It looks really
Give,
big to
give
the
the artist something. If a motherfucker can't draw a seagull, holy shit,
look.
what can he
Look, it
do?
looks a little large from like the distance it's supposed to
A
be
fucking
versus
pterosaur.
like it looks like it's supposed to be something that's very big far away as opposed to something close up.
Based on the
You
amount of
know?
mist, you're right.
Yeah.
Like the amount of mist that's in front of it makes it look like it is very far away, and yet based on that size, it should be right fucking there.
On a clear day. Like this
On
is
a
not a
yeah,
rainy day or anything. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
because the mist level is the same as the ship, but if it were as far back as the ship, that fucking thing is huge.
Look, this is explaining where Drogon was this whole time. He was out here. It's clever. This artist knew about the fan theory, so he included a little bit of them in here. He was very, very loves the books. He loves the books. Huge fan.
5-armed kraken. Oh god. Man, oh man,
Oh.
this is disastrous, disastrous. Oh well. Oh well. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for being with me, Trey and Carmine.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.